What's up, guys? Welcome to the True Gap and CoachD show.
What it
Yes,
do, fam?
sir.
What's
Yes,
going on,
sir.
fellas?
James Sock, what's up, brother? Brandon Hall, what's up, family? How y'all doing?
Randy Hall.
I'm
My
gonna get
next
the
door
party
neighbor
started.
when I
Hey,
grew up.
hey, this is the
Oh,
first time
go ahead.
y'all seen the Kaiju Creighton Natives? Ooh, that'll be tight, y'all. The Kaiju Creighton Natives. Don't steal my idea, bro. I know you guys out there trying to steal my idea. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Cause I'm gonna catch you slipping and I'm gonna drop you. I just play. JMRC, what's up, family? RC Addict.
What it do? What it
Hello.
do? What it
What's
do?
up? What's up, family? Y'all know we're finna rock out tonight. We got a special guest tonight, uh, Scale Bill Gilders.
Scale Builders
Scale
Guild.
Builders Guild. Don't be trying to correct me with your pack of hot dogs on the back of your neck. I know how to say it. Scale
Obviously not.
Builders Guild.
Can't put that.
Boy,
Who
hot
put
dog.
that?
Oh, boy, hot dog. It's hot in the kitchen. Look at it.
Oh, pickled head there.
Oh man.
All right, we're getting off. We're getting
Shogun,
off.
Shogun. What's up, family? Radicano Lexan, Daryl Martin, Vid Joe. What's up, family? Crispy. I,
Krispy
I
Kreme donuts.
I going to steal your idea, man. You better not steal my idea. I'm gonna put this Kaiju right on you.
Even put out a copyright strike on you.
Right, I'm gonna copyright you on my idea.
Bill Perry, what's up? UDRC, what's good?
Cut the back off that thing. This thing gonna look slick, man.
James Sock Rider, what's up?
Like how they do. You know how they do the typings when they put the crate and chassis on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this thing look.
Wow,
But
that ain't bad.
John, what's up? David Queen, what's up? James Sock Rider, what's up?
what's up, family? How y'all doing, Rashawn? Anyone doing some wrenching tonight? Once the interview is over, I'll probably be doing some wrenching.
Yeah, I may be doing a little bit myself. Not no whole lot. A little bit though.
All right, let's see if I get it right this time. Yep, I
Mo
did.
Sets,
Look.
what's up?
Who? Who say what's up, bro?
Mo Sets.
Moses, what's up, family? He said Gap looks like he's Ron in New Jersey. I don't know that is Ron, New Jersey.
Got look like a player. That's what he looked like.
My scale. Oh, you got a scale garage? Man, that's cool, brother. I'd like to check that out. Penguin, what's up, family? Nice topic. I need info on the scale stuff. Yes, sir. We got them. We got you. We got you. We're gonna get you right, man. Any question you want to know from scale built, ask.
Oh my God, man.
I just got done bashing at the track. Video coming soon. Yes, sir. We building my mud boss. Check that out, brother. Sean, what you say? What's up, UDRC? David Quinn, what's up? How y'all champs doing out there, man? Y'all got some bashing in today, or you got some crawling in today?
Bad to worse.
Only question is how to balance each side. You got some more questions? They'll come up. How you balance each side of what though?
Bethlehem, Palestine, Nasu RC, what's good, man?
How are you this I see from Bethlehem? Oh man, you from Bethlehem?
Palestine.
Palestine. Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Appreciate you. Done some bash with the max today. Oh man, I know that was fun. I burnt mine up. I got rain. Oh, bro, you got that rain today. I know how you feel. It was raining. What day before yesterday? Yesterday. Thank you
Crispy
for
say
joining.
Gap, how you like that DB Pro so far? Do you recommend getting it?
Got he's muted, but I'm gonna tell you, yeah, sir. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that DB Pro, bro. I love it. I'm getting that. I'm getting that TT. I'm getting that TT, man. As soon as they come back in stock, I'm getting that TT Pro.
That look hard too. I like that one. Yeah.
Yep. As soon as they come back in stock, I will have the TT Pro.
Well, it's
And I'm
good, Sean.
Yep, that's gonna be strictly for the track too. It will be getting no hard bashes. It'll be strictly for the track. Because that DB Pro does excellent on the track.
No, I haven't seen that yet, Arlo.
He say he hauled the bummer out to kill some hills today, man. Y'all lucky y'all got hills. We don't have none of that in Florida. I was watching Highway 1 today, man. They had, you see that video, coach?
What's that? Yeah, I
Highway 1.
just watched it. That's what I was doing
Man,
when y'all was trying to call me.
man, I wish we had that type of terrain.
Hmm.
Hey, you guys, check out the Armor Limitless GT build on RC Persuaders channel. Yeah, I seen that. That was tight, bro. What's up, Arlo? They want 429 for the DB Pro. I think so, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
429. 429 for the DB Pro. And yeah, Bill Perry, yeah, man, it's awesome. It's an outstanding truck, man. It's man, it cuts up. I gotta turn my brakes down on mine. But man, that thing is, and you think it's good with the regular tires, put those Badlands on there. Those can't think of what the number is, Badland, but the little Badland tires, put them on there. I had a problem today because with the DB Pro, when you lock the wheel nut too tight, it stops the wheels from turning. So I was kind of baby tightening it, and it came off on me twice. But the second time the third time I got a nice little snug on it, and it rocked out.
yes, sir. Run this some so. What's up, General Hobbies? Kent Sarcy, what's up, family? Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. We're gonna have an epic night, as we do every night. Y'all already know it.
For sure, for sure.
J Boy, what's up, family? We just chilling, brother. I got a new bill here. Y'all want to see my new bill? It's the new bill, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all up on game now. I'm gonna give you one quick look.
Hey, look like a stretch typing, dog. Look like a stretch typing. That's a stretch Mojave.
Right.
Mojave, dog. That's a stretch Mojave.
Right. Don't steal my deal, y'all. I got you, dog. I got you. What's up? Y'all ready to race? Should I send it? I send it again after I fix it, man. This thing, I'll show you toward the end of the night, bro. How at the front of this servo saver, it's just moving it around, and there's no way to tighten it for me. It's just spinning around up front here. I think that's just a piece of. I don't know if I broke it. I think that's plastic. It's not even metal.
Yeah, more than likely you probably broke it.
More than likely. You know how I do, bro. You know what I didn't notice? That the Creighton chassis has like a trap door up front. What is that about?
That's to let air in on on the plastic part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to let the air in.
Oh, for the motor. That's too.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's a
yeah,
good idea, man.
let more air get into the motor. I was wondering what it was too.
I almost thought of everything on this one. I thought it was broken. Here we go, guys. Here we go. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, how are you guys?
All
How you
right.
doing?
How's it
How you
going,
doing?
Matt?
How you doing?
I am so good. Thank you so much for having me on your show tonight.
Man, thank you
Man,
for joining
Man,
us.
thanks for joining
we
us.
Oh
appreciate
man,
you for
it's my
coming, man.
absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I was waiting there. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted me to wait until 9:15 or 9:10 or whatever. So I just
You good?
Yeah,
all right,
I,
You good?
cool.
I, I usually just let the people get in before you come in. That way they don't miss you.
Right, I hear you.
Yeah,
Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool, cool, cool.
They'll be
So
on here crying.
I'm not watching on YouTube. I'm watching just in the StreamYard here. So if questions come up, you guys will have to ask them for me.
I got you.
Oh,
I
yeah, we
got
got you.
All right.
you.
It's
All right, yeah.
Sunday night, right? Do you guys have the holiday tomorrow for Columbus Day?
No,
No,
I ain't
no,
even think about that.
no. I got
Right.
No.
mine.
So
no.
yeah, we tomorrow is what we call Victoria Day, or more like loosely, they call it the May 2-4. And I'm from Canada, so this is like an education for everybody. The May 2-4 holiday usually happens around May 24th, but they call it the 2-4 because you buy cases of beer in 24s, and they call them 2-4s.
Wow.
So there you go. It's
Oh,
supposed to be
man.
celebrating the Queen's birthday, but no one's
Nice.
celebrating the
But
Queen's
they're
birthday.
celebrating the 24 case.
Heck yeah.
24 pack of beer.
Man, that's cool, brother. So could you let the people know what's your name and a little bit about yourself?
So absolutely, yeah. Matthew Kett from the Scale Builders Guild. It's a web forum, YouTube channel, Instagram, and I took that over about a decade or so ago, I guess, from the previous owner, and we've tried to make it a bit bigger than it was back then, and I think we're on our way to
Right.
doing that. Yeah.
So this was someone else's YouTube name or company or something?
Yeah, it was originally a long time ago. The forum was where it all started. It's like a web forum, like RC Crawler is,
Right.
but it
Okay.
started a long time before I was even really serious about the hobby, and they called it Crawl Canada, which
Right.
really kind of limited the audience because people thought it was just for Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a rebrand. The previous owner just decided he wasn't really into it anymore, and then I stepped in and took it over and tried to make it something a bit more than it was.
Man, that's awesome, brother.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a fun forum. It's a little bit out of the wheelhouse of what you guys are doing for sure.
Right.
I have mad respect for all of those vehicles I'm seeing behind Gap there, because there's some cool stuff in that collection for sure.
Yeah.
You say that, brother.
But it's we're a little, I guess we're a little slower than what you guys are used to.
Yeah, but I see y'all deal with a couple different things too. Y'all like drag cars and
Yes, sir.
crawlers.
Absolutely. I'm trying to expand my horizons a little bit and have a bit more fun with the hobby overall. And I think it's good for the viewers that are used to seeing this, slow stuff behind me, and see if I can actually go fast. So it's
Right.
definitely fun, and that
Get it right. That nice slow stuff behind
Right. There you go.
you.
There you go.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a little bit different. It's a different wheelhouse for sure, but I think we can all just agree that anything RC related is good enough for me.
Yes. And that was gonna be my question. When did you start? And it's a two-part question. When did you start in the hobby, and what made you choose crawlers over everything else in the hobby?
Right. Okay. Well, when I was young, like when I was about 5 or 6 years old, my grandpa got me into model trains. And that's
Mhm.
sort of where I started in this hobby. He built a huge, like 4-foot by 8-foot layout in my basement and surprised me at Christmas time. And I was just like, this is the best thing ever. And I remember I would have been about 12 or 13. I rode my bike all the way to the only hobby shop in town. It was like miles away. And I got there and I had money to buy another locomotive or whatever. And I saw one of those TVs, but it had a VHS player in the bottom of it, like just all in one unit,
Mhm.
and it was playing the Tamiya Monster Beetle like promotional video,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh man, get these trains out of here.
Right.
I gotta get one of these. And of course, I was like, what, 13, I said, so I didn't have any money, and I
You
just
got
kind of waited it out. Yeah, I waited until high school, and I think I got my first job at Arby's, and I saved all my cash on the paycheck and got myself a TT01. So one of the old touring cars. That's where this whole thing kind of started, and I was just like, I fell in love with the idea of making something small that's exactly the same as the full size. So I spent all my time and effort getting all those stickers on just right, and it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. And I really, I fell in love with the slow stuff because it just you can make it look so real. That's sort of what my goal was, I think. But yeah, that's where I got started. Yeah, and that was also my first vehicle too. So I did eventually get a Monster Beetle, but it was like 5 years ago.
That's what I like though, because you was able to get the car that you always wanted.
That's right. And I
Yeah.
think that's what kind of is the appeal for this, right? Is that there are so many different cars and trucks out there that if you're even like mildly a gearhead, like if you're just even a little bit into cars or trucks or whatever, there's something out there that you could build to replicate something that you had in the full size world. So
Right.
that's sort of what gets me going, I guess.
So now, did a lot of your inspiration for your builds come from actual full size vehicles when you're building a tiny truck?
Yeah, generally they do. Yeah. There are always exceptions to that rule. But for the most part, if I see something, like all my research comes from Google image search or I hate dirt or I hate mud. That's another forum, Toyota based forum, Wrangler forums. I just go online and I say, okay, I'll type in a certain set of keywords and then I'll just look at all the images, pull them all off the websites and just download them and put them in a folder on my hard drive, and eventually I'll get to them. Eventually.
So I would want to ask, if I don't want to say what's your favorite brand. I would want to say, like, what's the car that you'll take out with you if you go every time. This the car I'm gonna rock out with.
Right. Now I watched Josh's show when Josh was on. So what did he say? He said it was his Pro, right? Yeah. For me, it's currently not my Pro because my Pro got turned into, where is it? Turned into a comp truck. So I don't really drive that yet, and I'll drive it when I get to the next comp. But currently, what I take out most often is my Axial SCX-10-3. That's sort of my go-to right now because it's the newest one. So it's sort of like, for me, I want to get as much experience with that truck as possible and have as much wheel time on it, so I kind of know how it functions, how it works. And like every different model out there has a different feel. Like you put the controller in your hand and you're like, yeah, I know exactly what to do with this one.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the go-to for now.
Right.
It'll change next week though.
So
Like you guys, for sure, you don't take the same one out every time you go out.
Nah.
I got one where I take mostly every time I go, and that's gonna be the Creighton 6S
Yeah.
and the Mojave. The Mojave.
Oh, you like the Mojave? Okay.
Oh yeah,
See,
definitely.
I'm not. I don't just have the slow stuff. I've got a UDR, so
Oh
I know
yeah.
how to go fast. And
There you go.
when I saw that Mojave come out, I was like, oh man, that thing is tight. I like the look of that.
Yeah.
And 6S, it's 6S, right?
6S, yes.
Yeah. I would love to see a head-to-head against like a UDR versus a Mojave because they're totally different platforms.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the UDR wouldn't stand a chance, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have both. I have the UDR, the Mojave, and the SBR, the Super Baja Ray.
Yeah.
And the bashability of the actual Mojave it's just it's a night and day difference. And then the Mojave is more like a short course truck. Short course trucks are like cats. They get on their feet. They roll over, but they get on their feet. The UDR and the Super Baja Ray, when they roll over, they on their back. It is rare that you're gonna get enough roll to get it to get back up on his feet. It might stand up on his side, but the flip all the way over and get back on his feet and go is rare. It's super rare. You know, those trucks, you have to really be a driver. You have to know how to drive those trucks.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I have a blast with it when I take it out. Doesn't get out very often, but man, I love that thing.
Yeah. It's
I'm
nice.
gonna get one of those too.
It's a nice truck.
Yeah. It has all the scale looks, right? So that sort of gets me going.
I just redone mine. I put a 67 Ford body.
Oh, the Proline body. Yeah. Nice. Nice. I've got a clear body sitting here just waiting for me to paint it.
Did you ever think about doing a full metal chassis on that thing? A roll bar, I meant to say, like the whole cage?
Yeah, no, you know what? No, because I never roll it.
Yeah, right. But I seen a guy do that, man, and it looked awesome.
That would be awesome. I'd like to see that.
I'll send you the video when we get off of here, man.
Yeah, please do.
Incredible.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else have I gone fast with. Well, I have a Kyosho Inferno, which is nitro, which that's pretty awesome. I like that thing
I did
a lot.
see that video. I seen that. Yeah, I seen that.
I was surprised at how fast I can get that thing going. Like nitro for me, I guess, is sort of, and I'm sure for you guys too, sort of a dead tech. It's not really something anybody uses anymore.
Right. I haven't.
Yeah. It's finicky. I mean, it's noisy and smelly and smoky.
Right.
It's hard to maintain.
It's super hard to maintain. I'm pretty sure I broke it on that last run, but whatever.
Matt, that video you did on that's been a while ago too.
Yeah, that would have been November or October of last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that. I remember you was doing a burnout with it.
Man, I'm not really sure how Josh won that. I do know how. He cheated.
That's how he got it.
He cheated. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. He cheated on that massively. All that smoke. There was no tire smoke in that video at all. That was all from, what did he use? He lit a bunch of pesticide on fire. I swear to God, I'm not lying.
Harley, what's up, man?
I hope he's watching.
Yes. Big shout out to Josh.
Yeah, sure. Big shout out.
Yes. But I love y'all too. Y'all, me and Gap and Coach D, I love that what y'all have because that's what we have.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Not everybody got that.
That's true, absolutely. And I think the best thing about this hobby is the friends that I've made.
Right.
More than anything. It's friendships for life.
That's right. That's right.
And if you can share a hobby with your best friends, then man,
that's a plus. That's a definite plus.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So when do you find your go ahead,
as far as competition crawling and just getting out with the fellas and having a good time, which would you prefer more and why?
Oh man, definitely getting out with friends is 10 times better than comps. I get so nervous during a competition. Right. It's like it's one of those things where I like leading up to it and building the truck. That's the fun part for me. Getting outside and just goofing off with friends, 10 times better than any comp I've ever been to. And I've been to a few comps in my day. I'm not the best comp driver because I tend to build more towards the nice looking trucks than the actual competitive trucks. So I go and I get frustrated. But it's still fun. Don't get me wrong. But I would much rather there's this great game that Josh, myself, Chino, and a couple other guys would play. And it's sort of like follow the leader. So whoever's leading does a line. And you all have to do the same line. And if you roll or you have to use your hand or whatever, you go to the back of the line. So it's always changing. And there's always something fun going on.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'll always Yeah, competition. It's a competition of sorts, right?
Right, it's competition
not
of the
like
friends.
yeah, there's no gates, there's no time, there's no people watching. That's the thing that makes me crazy the most. Like people always standing around like
What you doing? You cheating?
checking all your lines.
Right.
You going left, you need to go right. Go right.
Yeah, it's like you got a whole crowd of spotters, but no one's actually helping.
Right.
But that said, I have a lot of comps. Well, I had a lot of comps planned for this year. We'll have to see how they all end up. But I know that Nationals is still happening now. I think it's in November.
Right.
East Coast Scale Challenge is still happening in August, as far as we know. Yeah, there's definitely some good ones out there, and I'm looking forward to going to more.
Cool. Go ahead, Coach.
What's the I was just gonna ask what's the funnest part of the hobby to you?
Oh, it's the building for sure. Like I could spend, yeah. I mean, I'm married. We don't have any kids. We got a dog and a couple of cats. But the thing that I love the most is sitting in this workshop and just building. Like before today, I spent the whole day in here basically, mostly cleaning up and organizing and moving some stuff around and making sure I had all the right trucks behind me if you guys wanted to ask any questions about them. But I did a lot of building and actually almost finished a truck today that's been sort of sitting on the bench for a year. So it's about time to get it done. It's a little bit different than like just going out and playing every day. But I love the building part of it so much.
I think I like to see you guys do it because it's motivation. It's motivation for the guys like us that don't build like that, and we want to get into it. You guys teach us how to do it, and that's awesome. I really appreciate it, and I'm quite sure.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I really appreciate it too, but I still would rather you build it for me.
Hey, we're gonna send it to Matt.
Yeah, just send them all to me. I'm happy to do it. Send them my way. I'm more than happy to do it.
Have you ever built any bashers?
Other than the UDR, and I did have a Pro Fusion, the Pro Line car, which of course I kind of scaled out and put a metal cage on it and a Power Wagon body, and really kind of changed the dynamics of how that car works. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, no. That said, I'm glad we're doing this show tonight because I had some questions about the Max.
Oh man, yes sir.
Okay, now I feel like Gap's getting one right now.
There we go, Gap.
Right.
I got mine in the shed because I burned it up.
Yes. Now, see, I'm curious about the Max. One of my good friends has an X Max, and that's too big for where I live. I live like right downtown. There's no room to run something like that. But a Max, I could see that happening.
I would say yes, big time, time. He got
sell me on it. He's got two. Oh my gosh. Okay.
If that ain't tell you,
we can just trade one. I'll like straight up. You can have one of mine, and you can send me that.
If that ain't sell you, man, that's how it is.
It's so good that I seen another one, got a good deal, and I said, man, I'm just gonna grab it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
I grabbed the Max with another wide kit. Now you do have to put the wide kit on there.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard that it's a bit narrow out of the box.
Yeah. So it'll be like the UDR flipping over all the time.
Got it. Yeah.
They're great cars. They're great cars.
Nothing like Traxxas to make it wrong around the first go.
Make you have to I think that's purposely done. I think that's like the upgrade rate is waiting. Like they already knew they had the wide kit before they dropped that car.
Of course they did.
We're gonna make you spend this extra $60.
Right.
Wide kit.
Not only the car's gonna cost you a bunch, but you're gonna have to kick out this other $60.
Just like they told everybody the first batch of cars will have lights, quote unquote. It was the demo, was the only car that came with the lights was the demo model. Everybody else, you got to shell out an extra $109 to get that light kit.
Those Traxxas light kits are expensive.
What's that? Well, that's what
that's
$700 for the Max off the top if you want all that. Guaranteed
in the Max.
Never mind converting it into Canadian dollars.
Yeah, that's extra.
It's even more.
So you got
$1.30. Cost me $1.30 to get $1 US. So yeah.
So y'all don't have any stores out there that hobby stores that have those
Uh,
parts already?
we do, but the prices are always like right in line with the exchange rate. So I'd have to run out and spend. It'd probably be closer to like $1,200 all
That-
said and done.
That's great.
Yeah, it gets expensive.
What
I'll
part
just
of
try to. Oh, I'm in Toronto, Canada. So major big city. On sort of the mid-east coast.
Drake?
Yeah, exactly.
My,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My hobby shop has a lot of them. So after the show, man, you hit me up, and I can make something happen for you, and just we do an exchange, and I ship it on up there to you.
I got PayPal ready.
It'll be way less. It'll be way less than $1,200. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I got PayPal ready. We'll have to discuss that afterwards.
That's X-Max. That's X-Max prices right there.
Oh,
Right.
dude, I know. Yeah.
That thing is huge. So I wanted to ask about your paint jobs. How much
Yeah.
do you like painting, and where do you get your inspiration from? How long have you been doing it?
Oh, yeah, gosh. Painting, like taking it seriously, I've probably only the last few years. And I'm one of the only people I think on the Scale Builders Guild that still does Lexan painting. Most of them are just like all the trucks behind me are hard bodies.
Oh man.
But like most of the Lexan stuff that I do because I think you can do so much with Lexan. I'm only scratching the surface. But there's so much more that I think I would still want to do. So that's why I really love painting Lexan bodies. For the most part, they just get used for the video once, and then they just sit in a box somewhere. Because I always switch everything over to a hard body. I mean, what still has here? So here's my SCX 10-3.
Oh, that's bad.
And
That's
that's all airbrush and some rattle cans. So I just mask everything off and go, how do you do it? Darkest to lightest, right? So you start with the dark colors first, then you'd peel off this mask, then peel off this one, then this one, and then this one. And then you back the whole thing with white, so these really pop. And you paint the top. I paint that on the outside.
right.
So that way you get a flat finish rather than the glossy. Because
Right.
if you've seen a Wrangler, they always have like a flat or like a semi-gloss top.
Scale looking paints.
Yeah, exactly.
Now was that paint job inspired by a full size?
Yeah, it was. There's a Gladiator, the Jeep truck. There's a Gladiator that has that same stripe pattern on it, and I was like, that would look good on a Wrangler. So
There we go.
just take a quick screen grab and then just paint.
Right.
So
But
now
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say we asked Josh this question about the Stalker van that's coming out.
You get free candy.
Do you
Right. Free candy. Yeah.
do you have any plans like already in your mind of what you're
Yeah.
gonna do with it?
I do. It's so random and it's not a universal thing, but there was this show on when I was a kid called Red Green, and it's like this guy who anything can be fixed with duct tape. That was his line was like, there's only two things you need in this world, and it's like one's duct tape. I can't remember what the other one was, but it's sort of like a comedy show. And it wasn't super funny, but he had these moments where he was always modifying his van, and his van was painted to look like a gopher. So it had like a big gopher painted on the side. You can Google it later. It's kind of like, you know what? That would be interesting. Nobody's gonna do that.
Right.
Like everyone's gonna do free candy. You know that, right? Like, so that's my goal every time is try to do something a little different, a little original. So
and you got to Cheech and Chun. You got to do Cheech and Chun on there, man. You got to do that band they had, man.
I also what was the other one? Right, there was another good one that I thought of. Oh, Mutt's Cuts from Dumb and Dumber. You know, the big the dog ears and everything.
Yeah, that was
tight.
cool.
It would be like I could just cover it in carpet and be done.
Right. So I want to know about those hard bodies you have back there. What kind of trucks are they?
All right. Well, I'll go. I'll sort of scoot out of the way here.
Man, look at that.
So this one, that's a VS410 Pro, but I took a Land Cruiser 80 series body, and I chopped the whole like SUV part off the back, and then I bobbed it so it actually like it used to be way longer. So I actually trimmed the whole back off, stuck it back on, made it into a pickup truck, and Josh. And then I pinched the front nose so it's like really compy. I'll pull it over here so you can see.
Yeah, yeah, I want to see it.
I
Whoa.
saw when
So-
you did it.
Look at that.
Big
That's
them up, Drew.
crazy.
Big them up, Drew.
Oh no, yeah. Let me pull that up because that's tight.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Josh calls it the jelly bean
Yes, sir.
because it's so ugly. It's
I put
like
some jelly beans in the back of the. in the back of it.
you can see like it's really narrow in the front, so it's like designed to like really let the tires kind of
Work.
articulate and work.
Yeah.
And it's missing some of the letters, so it only says Oyote instead of Toyota
Yes, sir.
because it's pinched, right? So,
Right.
and then it's got a full interior, a
Roof.
man driving it, like 3D printed dashboard, and then like a whole bed in the back with some tools and stuff and a fuel cell.
Look.
And then I painted it with like a multi-step process called chipping.
Mhm.
So it starts out sort of like a brownish black underneath, and then you apply this fluid called chipping fluid, and it's sort of like you can use hairspray too. And then you paint it white, and then you paint your stripes on it. But then you can go back because that hairspray is water soluble, so you can actually like rub away at the top layers of paint to reveal the brown underneath. So it looks like it's all faded and chipped and gross.
Right.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So this is my class 2 comp truck for this year, and because it's a VS410 Pro underneath, it's got like serious chops. It'll actually be a pretty decent truck. I mean,
So
Josh won't say that because it's a hard body, and he thinks that it's a huge disadvantage.
That's like the RC 4-wheel drive trucks, man. They're so heavy and metal. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I build for the looks and then some performance afterwards.
I want to see the other one too. That one to your right. What would it be? Yeah,
This one?
that one. Yes, I want to see that one also.
All right.
It's
So
a short bit.
yeah, this is a Blazer.
Yes, sir.
Or not a Blazer, a K10, which is like a Chevy pickup. I don't know much about Chevys.
Yeah, like the
they were never really
C10s.
they weren't really my dig, but I like them now. After
they're
building
nice.
this one, it's pretty cool. So this is an SSD chassis, which is sort of like I like to call it an SCX-10-2 Pro.
Right.
The guy that designed it did a really nice job, and there's some really nice parts on it.
So that is the
stainless
SSD
links.
kit?
Yeah. So you get
Okay.
the full motor and everything inside there.
Oh, bro, I put a light kit in there too, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have the inner fenders in yet. I haven't designed those yet, but I'll get around to doing that. But the whole idea with this one was to make like a really rusted out kind of claptrap garbage build. Like, like he went to the junkyard and got the bed because the other bed rusted out.
Right.
It looks like a crawler. It looks like a crawler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like
when you think of when I think of crawlers, I think of stuff like that. Not the pretty old shiny, nice new looking stuff. More stuff it's rolled over a couple of times.
Exactly. Yeah. It's seen better days, that's for sure.
Right.
So
Only thing it's missing is a blue door.
Drop gate.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One blue door is missing.
And one other kind of fun thing nobody would ever really notice, but I actually chucked up all the tires in my drill and then just sandpapered them down so they're already worn out.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you'd never see a truck this crappy looking with brand new wheels and tires on it. So,
Right.
that was sort of
Well, recently and nowadays you'll see an old school car looking like that with new wheels on it.
right. Like they take like a rat rod and like it's totally new underneath, but it still
Right.
looks crappy, right? Yeah,
Right.
totally. Yeah.
And then that tank one down there.
Yeah,
Is that
all right.
metal also?
This is an axial SCX-10 underneath, believe it or not. And in fact, I converted. Yeah, so I converted it, but the rear axle that powers the tank tracks is still an SCX-10 axle inside.
Dang.
This I built for Axial Fest a few years back. it's sort of it's a unique build for sure. I've never seen anyone do one before, and that's probably why I ended up doing it. But this is a real truck. In real life, this half-track Toyota Land Cruiser exists. And
Wow.
when I saw it, I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but I got to build one.
Right. That's nice.
So
That's amazing, though.
yeah, and it's functional. It drives pretty well actually for the size and weight and incapability of tracks. Because a real half track, it's not really interesting. It's not an interesting story, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Go ahead, rock out.
So a
Ooh,
real
that-
half track in real life, they're independent rears. They don't lock the tracks, because if you did and you drove it, anytime you turned the steering wheel, it would just plow forward, right? Because the tracks would just keep moving forward. So they had to make it to half track easy for people to drive. So it's an independent rear diff, or an open diff. So one track will turn more or less based on how much steering input there is. So it's as incapable as a real one.
Right.
Wow.
Now I was watching you a long time ago, and I remember you showing a steam vehicle. I have to see that one.
Yep. Let me pull that one over here too.
Hey, I see you, Voodoo. You knew what I was thinking already, Voodoo.
So this is the Loco Hawk, which is a real truck as well. There's a show. We don't get it here, but it's on the History Channel, I think, called Hawk Designs. And the guy who runs that shop, he's always doing weird Jeeps and, like kind of steampunk stuff and really industrial kind of inspired builds. And this is one of the trucks that he built. And this thing exists in real life. It's a JK that's been converted to steam power.
Right.
In real life, it runs on like a steam engine. They replaced the whole motor up front and put a steam engine in it. And this is like the 10th scale version of that. And it actually does run on steam.
That's great.
Yeah, also built for Axial Fest. There's the tech sticker on the front window there.
Yes.
And
Right.
it went to Axial Fest, puffed its way around the trails a little bit, and now it sits on the shelf because it takes like 10, 20 minutes to warm it up and start it up, and it's more of a pain than anything else, but it is a functioning steam-powered truck.
That's awesome, brother.
Now, how long did that build take you?
That took me a year to build.
Jesus.
Yeah, like without stopping.
I myself get amazed by it, and that's one thing about the crawler side of the hobby that I like, because I had an XAX-10 too, and going to comps and seeing what a lot of guys do, and then watching some of the stuff that you do, some of the stuff that Josh does, it's amazing, because like I said, like y'all's imaginations are just out. It's top level.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I really do it because I like to challenge myself. I'm doing this hobby for a while, and it's always about trying to do something different or better the next time. I never want to stand still. I don't want to get stale. So it's always like, what crazy thing can I do next? So it's always trying to do that.
Yeah. So how long have you been? How long have you been in this hobby?
Like seriously, taking it really serious and doing like stuff like this, I'd say probably about a decade. Yeah,
Wow.
probably about 10 years or so. And it all started by just like, I think I work in advertising and film for my real job. Like I'm a film editor every day. And it's always sitting in front of a laptop and sitting in a dark room, usually by myself. And then I have people sit behind me and tell me what to do all day. So one day I just said, you know what? I got to have a hobby. I got to have some sort of thing that, I can sit at home and tangibly work on and like wrench on and build and fix. And this just naturally kind of came back into my mind, after a lot of years of not doing it.
Right.
They're asking, have you seen Josh's porn stash yet?
No, I don't. God, I hope not.
Oh,
Or is he just
Lord.
talking about his trucks? I'm sure that.
No. His I guess he shaved.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Yeah.
sent me a picture of that. Where's my phone?
They-
He sent me a picture of that. I was just like, oh no, that's not a thing. I told my wife, and she's like, "You're not going to do that, are you?" I was like, "I mean, I wasn't going to, but maybe I will
They
now."
say he's got a real dirt squirrel on his upper lip.
Oof, it is hideous. You know what in this picture, he kind of looks like a construction worker from from what was the band? The Village People.
He looks like one of the pit crew members off Talladega Nights.
Nah, bro. He look
Shake it, Mike.
like Magnum PI, bro. That Magnum PI right
Ooh,
there.
yeah.
Oh
Shake
my
and bake.
gosh.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. Yikes.
Oh man.
I'll leave him alone.
No, I'm
man.
not.
I'll get off.
So
I'm
now-
not doing that. No.
But
I'm gonna grow my
so-
hair out. That's it.
So when it comes to the what is it, the styrene?
Yeah.
How difficult is it for someone who's never used it or has done it? How hard is it for that individual to begin using it?
Not difficult at all. It's the simplest thing in the whole world. I've done videos on how to build with styrene, but
I saw the windshield wipers and
right, that I put on backwards.
Trust me, I've been watching them all. It's like I said, the stuff like because you use some of it on that little oil body.
Anytime I can, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, here I'm just gonna this is just a piece of styrene right here. It's just like comes in multiple thicknesses. You can get it in white, you can get it in UV protected black, and it's just a flexible plastic that can be cut and scored and shaped and sanded, and then bonded together with styrene glue. And the styrene glue isn't really. It's not really glue. It's they call it, like this company calls it plastic welder.
Okay.
But what it is basically is a solvent. So it actually melts the plastic as you're making a joint. So
okay.
You can make a box really super easily, and then you're well on your way to making a fuel cell or a jerry can. You can build it up in layers and then sand a contour into it to get a really nice curve.
Okay.
It's easily the most versatile thing. And before 3D printing, this is what everybody used. And in fact, most 3D printers will print in styrene or ABS.
Styrene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a really versatile thing. And I mean, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
With
Right.
styrene, because I had to rebuild the contour of the rear deck when I put that together. I mean, the whole back thing on this half track, that's all styrene. The steam truck, the whole, past here, that's all styrene. It's all just,
Wow.
you like for the curve to get that round portion, I just I bent it around a big piece of PVC tube that I had. And I just heated it up a little bit, and then it holds its shape. So there's, like, literally, you can do anything with styrene. If, like, everybody 10 years ago, this is the only way to build. So it's pretty versatile.
The oil, that was one of the ones that you were going to use at Nationals.
That's right. Yeah.
Is the other two? Are those nearby?
Of course, everything's right here. It's almost like I prepared for this.
Yeah. Like, I know what they're gonna ask.
They're gonna want to see some trucks. So this is class 1.
Yeah.
This is just a RC 4-wheel drive Marlin crawler.
That's cool.
It's slightly modified, but not really, because class 1 is all about, like, they should look like a trail truck that you could drive to the trailhead. That's in the actual rules. So this is slightly, it's being creative about those rules, because these cut doors really wouldn't be something you would drive around in. But yeah, this is class 1 legal. The tires are within the fenders by like half of the width of the tire. There's a few modifications. It's running a lot of different parts from A&M Garage, who does a ton of mods for these things. So it has overdrive to the front axles. You'll notice that those are Vanquish axles and not our Ssd drive axles. Still leaf sprung, so you get all the scale points and totally horrible performance of leaf springs. Front metal bumper. There's a servo winch mounted in there somewhere. I clocked the motor so it's super low on the chassis. It's like as low as the Vanquish VS410. It's like right down here. Yeah, so it's pretty comp ready, and it's actually, I used this a few years back in the East Coast Scale Challenge and came in 7th, which I felt pretty good about considering I'm horrible at driving. So,
and it's a heavy car, real
it's
heavy.
So heavy, yeah.
Really?
It's as heavy as Class 2, maybe even a little bit heavier. But
that's the first car. That's the first RC four-wheel drive I ran across in person, and man, the guy just took off the body and handed it to me, and I said, "Man, this is heavier than the actual crawler, a whole crawler car."
Yeah,
with Lexan body.
Yeah, never mind. It's got the hard body and like full custom interior and everything in there. So it's like it's totally not what most people would run. But I'm not most people.
There we go. There we go.
And it's one of those trucks too that if it crawls differently.
Yeah,
it definitely
totally
crawls
does.
differently from an SCX10. Like you have to drive that truck versus. Yeah,
you've got to know what line to take. It's like line choice is so much more important in a truck that drives so badly as that one. Which isn't nice to say to RC four-wheel drive, but it's true.
So what's your favorite class?
That's a good question. I don't like Class 3 at all because it's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. It's a little bit too comp for me, and I don't, no disrespect to anybody who loves Class 3. It's definitely an interesting class, but it's just not for me. So it's probably, I'm going to say Class 1 because I've had more success in Class 1.
Right.
But I love Class 2 because it is so competitive, and the trucks that come out of that, they're like, sometimes they don't even look like trucks anymore. It's like it got a truck body on it, but the chassis are so awesome. Really interesting ways of looking at and interpreting the rules. I think that's what is really interesting, is that people can read the rules like they're the same rules for everybody, but the way in which they interpret them is completely different. So that's kind of cool. There is, just as a quick side note, there is one other class that nobody talks about, and that's Class 0. Because Class 0 isn't technically recognized by SORCA, which is the governing body that handles all these comps. But Class 0 is tires 4.19 inches and under. So really tiny tires, like really tiny tires.
Wow. Right. Let me see that. Hold on. That's cool. That's what like an old school car.
Yeah, this has got a Land Cruiser rim on it. This is the new Pitbull Braven Blood Axe. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Blood Axe. And it's 3.45 inches. And the rule in Class 0 is it's got to be under 4.19, but it also has to be a branded tire you can buy. So something like this would qualify.
You can go in and...
Yeah. Like you can go to a store and buy a real tire.
Right. I see you got your a 6x6. What you think about those?
Dude, I love 6x6s. I've got what? How many here? 1, 2. That doesn't really count. And I've got another one over here that my friend Richard built for me. I'm gonna show you this real quick because this is, you're like, oh cool, an XJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
So what class?
I was just about to ask about that.
This is it is an SCX10 to UMG 6x6 originally, but then my friend Richard, he has his own Instagram. It's called Turks and Jerps, and he's also the other half of the like he owns the Scale Builders Guild with me, so we kind of run stuff. He is an amazing builder, and he took 2 XJ bodies and glued them together with styrene glue and did some pretty awesome body work. And I'm finishing that up. So this technically wouldn't fit into any class, I don't think. I mean, you can run multi-axle in any class except except class 0. So, I mean, I guess technically by tire size that would be class 2.
Okay.
But yeah, I love 6x6s. I don't, because they can't turn very well. They're not like comp trucks, but they're great
Right.
trail trucks. Oh my gosh, I have so much fun with those. Like, remember RC 4-wheel drive had that Beast? It was like a big, like military style truck. I had one of those. Those are awesome too.
So you got rear steer on those? I know not the Mercedes, but could you put rear steer on them? That'd be a good idea. Look, I just put some in your head. Yeah,
Yeah.
look, his wheels is turning now.
Yeah, you got me thinking for sure.
Right. I'm be the first one out there with it. 'Cause I ain't seen many out there with the rear steer on there.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you guys see the? Yeah, you can see
Yeah, I
the
see the Mercedes.
Traxxas one, right?
I see that Mercedes back there.
The Traxxas one is good because it's already got the unlocking diffs, right? So you could. This one will turn quite well as long as the diffs are unlocked. But I don't like messing with all that stuff. There's a point at which I get a little bit like, all right, this is kind of a gimmick, right? Like,
Right.
2-speed in the SCX-10.3. You don't need that. You put a good brushless system in there and you gear it right. You got the best of both worlds. Unlocking diffs, it's like it's cool and it's scale, and I get it, but it's like I don't want to fiddle with all that stuff. Give me one servo. That's all I need.
And what servos do you prefer?
Oh man, I use a lot of Tekin servos. They're very quiet. They don't break. I haven't broken one yet, which is great. I've got a couple of Reefs in some of my trucks as well. I've got a Reefs 500 or like max 500 or something in the SCX-10.3. What else have I got? Homes. I use a lot of Homes hobbies because I love the direct wire where you can hook it up to 3S or 4S. You don't have to worry with a BEC. You don't have to mess with any of that stuff. It's just like pure voltage straight to that servo. That is rad. So yeah, those are the 3 that I probably use the most.
So basically, you use their motors also.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got Homes in a few trucks. My Bomber has a Homes system in it. The UMG 10 has a Homes system in it. I think I have a BRXL Mini in the Class 1 truck, and also that C2X, the RC 4-wheel drive C2X. Have you guys seen that one before?
I ain't see that one.
One moment, because I have one.
If it's been on your video, I probably have.
It's this one here.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
So
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another Toyota.
Yeah,
Shocker! I built another Toyota.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No. So this one has a Homes Puller Pro Stubby in it, which is I think it's 3,300 kV. It's a nice motor. It's a small motor too, so it's lightweight, but it packs a punch, man. So that's pretty. It's running off a Castle Mamba Micro X. Is that the one? Yeah. So it doesn't need a huge ESC, which is really good because like I built this to be a comp truck too, and the lighter it is, the better.
And their motors are pretty much up front, right? On that.
Yeah, this one's up front. I clocked it again as well, so it's as low as it'll go. It's like right between the chassis rails there. You can't really see it, but yeah. I mean, they called this C2X, meaning competition for Class 2. There's a bunch of stuff you really should do to it to make it comp worthy, and that's what I tried to do in that video series.
Right. So what motor in the ESC or motor is pretty much, top notch? This the one that everybody should rock with for crawling.
Well, it's probably split among the top 3 for me, which would be Tekin with like the RX4 and any of their rock Pro or Rock 412s, Rock Pro
Mm-hmm.
412, the 412 HD. The Castle Mamba X and any of their Slate motors is also a great crawling setup because
Mm-hmm.
they've got a nice, both the Tekin and the Castle both have an on-the-fly drag brake adjustment. So you can actually program it to a third channel on your radio and adjust the drag brake dynamically. So if you're like coming up to an obstacle, you know you're going to want less drag brake on, you can just hit the switch, which is, that's a great feature. And then Holmes with their ESCs and any of their motors too. I love the Puller Pro. I think that one is pretty killer. But any of those three combos, those are like top of the line, of course. Like, you know, a great budget one is the Hobby Wing 1080.
Right.
Or their axe systems are not something I would recommend. I don't like their they've got this weird like auto throttle feature where if it approaches an obstacle, it'll actually engage more motor torque for you. I think that's how it works. It's weird.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like.
Right. It should be you because
yes,
it probably do something that you don't want it to do.
Well, exactly. Right. And then, you know, I want to be the one in control. That's why I bought a radio control car.
Right. There you go. That's a fact.
So
for
how's the
go ahead, Coach.
I was gonna say, how's the Element?
Oh, I like the Element. It's not, I don't have it in this room. I converted it to IFS. I put their IFS system on it, which is, it's pretty cool, man. I gotta say, for them to do something or to be so forward thinking that they're gonna make a crawler chassis that already had overdrive in the transmission, not at the axle. Pretty lightweight for a crawler, and also to say, well, you know, maybe down the road we'll want to do independent front suspension so we can really please all the Toyota fans out there.
Right.
Or, you know, full size, you know, Ford or Chevy or any of the Dodge trucks. They're all independent now, I guess. It was kind of interesting that they did that. But I like it as a platform. I think it's a great builder's platform too. There's a lot of room to do some pretty custom stuff and a lot of great bodies out there that will fit on those chassis without a lot of work.
And you've done some of that with the overhauling portion of it with the little.
Yes, that's right.
The Taco Bell theme, the Tacoma.
Yeah, the Taco Bell Grande.
Yeah.
Taco Grande.
I'll go grab it. It's like literally right over here. So hang on. I can still talk to you, but you won't see me for 1 second.
All right, guys. If y'all have questions in the chat, go ahead and pop them up now. We'll be.
Let me get
more
one
than
more
happy
in.
to ask them.
Let me get
Oh,
one
no,
more
I got
in,
you.
Coach. Then they can.
No, I got you.
All right, so here's the Taco Bell Grande.
Taco Bell Grande. Hey, that look like my speed right there. That's what I like.
Nice 1980s paint job.
Yeah, Tacoma. That's a Tacoma.
Yeah, it's the Proline metric body, so they didn't get the Toyota license on that one, but it pretty much is a Tacoma.
Tacoma, yeah.
And they've got a whole motor engine bay in there as well. That's from Night Customs, 3D printed at home. And it's a fun truck for sure. I got the Enduro right when that came out, like before it actually came out. So I had it at Proline by the Fire last year, which was this weekend last year, and that was their release when they first came out with the Element. And I remember it was Josh, myself, James Knight from Night Customs, a bunch of other RC enthusiasts, and the designer was there, all the brand people were there, everybody who had anything to do with the Element brand from Associated was there. And I remember Josh and I being so mean to those trucks. Like, it was basically like we were bashing with them. Like we were just smashing them into each other, kicking them around, having a great time. And the poor designer, I remember looking over and he's just like cringing. He's just like crying on the outside because he was so afraid that we were going to break the trucks and just be like, nah, these are junk.
That's nice. I like them roof racks on them.
So what class would that be?
This would actually, you know, because I'm running 4.1 tires, 4.19. You could run this in class 1, just as is.
Just with the tire size.
Yeah, just as it is right now.
Huh.
I mean, you probably wouldn't do too badly, actually. I mean, you don't get a ton of scale points because there's no interior, there's no lights, there's no accessories other than the cage on the back. Oh, there's a Josh Smells license plate on it.
You messing with our brother.
Of course, man.
Uh-huh.
The only way I get through every day is making fun of Josh.
Hey, y'all two are the greatest, man.
So okay, so I'm gonna hit you with one more question.
Go for it.
If you had an idea in your head, you had all the parts, all the body, everything you need to build a car, and you had enough time to sit there and go through the car, how long would it take for you to build it?
Well, I guess it would depend on what I actually wanted to accomplish. Like if I wanted a full scale recreation of a truck.
Like you wanted something that's banging. But you got everything you need, but you want something that's gonna be over the top, that's gonna knock it out of the park. Like you said, it doesn't have to be the best crawler, but you want it to look and drive exactly the way you want it to.
It took me. I did that truck already.
Mm-hmm. And which one that is?
It was a 1980s Land Cruiser 60 series, and they're ugly trucks, but it's like my favorite Land Cruiser of all time. It's got round headlights. I don't have it anymore. I sold it, but it took me probably a year, probably about 4 or 5 hours every day for a year, and I did the full interior. It had custom dash, custom seats. It was actually flat to the floor, so it had like the full SUV back with I made an actual what's that company that makes like floor mats and stuff? WeatherTech. I made a WeatherTech floor mat for the rear. It had the back seat bench. It had an 8-track cassette in the stereo. It had a cup holder. Like it had every tiny little detail, and the whole body was scratch built too. And that was probably my most prized build ever. But I got tired of looking at it. So
now, how much did you invest into that?
Time I kind of gave you a good idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Money, it was a TF2, so Trailfinder 2 on the bottom. So $600-700, I guess, on that chassis, and then materials, maybe a couple $100 more in materials. But when you look at it from like an hourly rate, no matter what I charged when I sold it, it wasn't enough.
Right. I bet. So
one of those big regrets.
How do you feel about 5th scale crawlers?
Now that's an interesting question, because I would like to see larger scale stuff anyway.
Right.
5th is getting pretty big. Like that's like DBXL styles, right? Is that, or like Baja?
Right.
Yeah.
HPI Baja was a 5th scale. That stuff makes it interesting because you can do a lot more with 5th scale than you can with like 10th scale or 9th scale. I mean, they say 10th, but mostly they're 9th.
Right.
Yeah, like as an example, because I've got lots of examples.
There we go.
That's what someone asked. They asked how many crawlers or cars do you have or do you own?
Well,
in total,
I don't know. There's probably 30 in this room right now.
Yes, sir. 30 on deck.
30. Like you said, 30 in 11, that room.
12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, there's 24 and 25. There's 25 in this room, and I think there's at least 10 more out there.
Yes, sir. Man,
you guys are really making me realize I have a problem.
Hey, listen. Hey.
This one over here.
Same problem I have.
Hold on, let me see if I can point at him. Hey, why I can't point at him?
He's only got 2 maxes though, so it's not nearly enough. Yeah,
it's 2 X maxes.
Right. Right.
Maxes, 2X
Do something
Max.
else too.
2
Oh,
DB
I forgot
Pro.
to. Okay, I forgot to count all the micros and minis too, because I've got
Right.
like
Yeah.
all of these guys up here.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's
Oh yeah.
6
I
or
think
7
we
or 8.
all got an addiction.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a good
You got the
addition.
right.
though,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
the right
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, this is a 6-scale Willys on
Oh
a
man.
VS410. So you can see like 6-scale isn't that much bigger, right? Like the guy who would drive this is 12 inches tall, and that would make him like 6 feet in real life. I'm
Right.
just doing terrible. I'm awful at math, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So
Right.
that actually doesn't look so crazy, right? That's
Right.
6-scale. So what's 5th scale, really? I mean, Willys Jeeps were super small in there when they were on the road, but I would love to see more large-scale stuff because I think it just opens up some really interesting possibilities.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you now. You got an X Max that's 5th scale, right?
Sure.
Or 6th scale, you want to say, and then you got a MTXL and what's the other car that's a true 5th scale? DBXL.
The 5T, the 5B.
The
5T, right?
5T, those are, so that's what I'm saying. Like that 5th scale, it'll be crazy because since you're doing scale bills, man, imagine how much you can put into that big old thing.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be awesome, bro. I'm
You could
talking
get
about
so crazy with the interior.
right.
Like you could do all kinds of accessories. That would be awesome. I would be all over that.
Yeah, it would be so easy to see it as well. Like you could
Right.
That's right.
get away from it and see everything, all the details
Yeah.
you would be able to see.
Right.
That
And
would
then-
be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
It's asked, what does Matt think of the Tekin 30-turn hand wound pro motor?
I have one of those in my what's this thing called? The Capra. I have one in the Capra. I have the 30-turn Tekin hand wound pro in this car right here. So I've got a lot of respect for the Tekin stuff. Their brush motors are good. Their servos are great. It's a Tekin servo on this one too. And I'm running the RSX or the BXR, which is their smallest ESC in this car because this one is not a lot of room for electronics. But yeah, I've got lots of respect for that motor.
Even their brushless line is incredible.
Oh man, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the Rock 412, the Redline stuff. In fact, in my drag car, I'm running a Tekin Redline Gen 1.
You
which I
have that
think
one
came
right
out-
there.
I do.
I see that one.
Of course I do.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I want the people to see, just in case they ain't been watching. Y'all need to go over there and watch.
Yeah. This thing is this is gonna be a lot of fun.
That's
Mad
Flash.
Max. Mad Max.
Max Headroom was the inspiration for this paint job.
Max Headroom.
Which is exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. So the motor on this is, I think, probably 10 years old. It's an original Gen 1 Tekin Redline, and by today's standards, it's a pretty horrible motor. But I wanted something very fast. I'm just not. I haven't set up the gearing quite properly yet. I haven't really set up the car at all. I took it out for a few runs and realized I was in love with drag racing.
Yes, man. Yes.
Because it is so much fun. It is a whole different world from what I'm used to.
Right.
But yeah, I'm going to get into this a little more seriously. There's a whole, they've got a little league that they've started, a little club here in my neck of the woods. So as soon as some of these restrictions get a little bit easier to manage, I'll get out there and do some drag racing. I think it's a sensorless, brushless system, so it kind of sucks. It's not good off the line at all.
So did I miss it? Did I miss it? Is it a Slash or a DR?
Oh, it's a DB10. So that was before the DR10 came out. But it's so funny. It's like as soon as this whole no prep thing kind of took off and I started to look into it, I was like, well, the DB10 is basically an SC10, which is basically just an RC10, like 6 B or whatever it was. I don't know the nomenclature for sure, but I was like, I already have a DB10 reflex, which we used for the monthly mayhem where we were trying to make the car fly. So I was like, well, this is great. I'll use the DB10 and don't have to change very many things. And then literally 3 months later, the DR10 comes out on the DB10 platform. I was like, I'm so smart. I feel so smart.
Right. That was nice.
So now you've already shown it, but go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
No, I was just saying you've already shown it to us, but some viewers came in late. They like to see the K10 over your shoulder.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that drag car, I think that's going to be a fun thing for the summer. I think a lot of people are going to get into that. And it's a great way to, I keep joking with Josh that we should just run for pinks, but I don't think he wants to own any of my vehicles.
Hey, y'all got to do some time slip.
Yeah, is that what it is? I know very little about drag racing, so I'm going to need an education, I think.
You could get your Traxxas light. They said Traxxas sells the drag
DTS
light.
DTS
oh, right, the DTS one, yeah.
Yes, go ahead and get that and get your time down. Hey, Josh, you got to send them pink slips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the K10 that I started a few months back. For everyone who's coming in new, it's on an SSD Trail King chassis. So it's linked. It's not leafed like it should be in real life, but I'm willing to make some concessions for performance and stuff. But the bed, originally this truck was the RC 4-wheel drive Blazer, but because they don't offer a pickup version. So what you have to do, this is actually, you can see a seam right along there. This portion is 3D printed, and it's printed by a friend of mine, Mod 19, and he sells his stuff on Shapeways and My Mini Factory, so you can print it at home. And this just, you cut the Blazer, throw away the top, glue this portion in, or glue this portion in.
Right.
Change where your fuel cap is, because this is where it has to be, not back here like it is on the Blazer. And then you've got a pickup.
That's cool.
That's all there is to it, yeah. And I've done a bunch of weathering and rusting, and like I went online and did a bunch of research and found that most all Chevy trucks of this time period all rust out right above the fender line.
Oh yeah.
It's like on every single one. So I was like, okay, that's where it's going to get rusty then. And then I just use like a Dremel to drill out from the inside, and then just make tiny holes with the Dremel. And then I go back in and like make a bunch of divots on the outside. And then, so it looks like the rust is actually under the paint. I go in and I mask off that area before I paint the whole truck, put a whole bunch of layers of paint over it, lift the tape off, and it actually, you can paint within, and there's a nice little seam of where the paint would have been if it weren't rusted out. So it actually has depth. So it looks like the rust is underneath.
Right. Man, that's crazy.
I also, it's harder to see, but there's a big, you can actually see in the reflection, there's a big dent right there. What I do is I heat up the body with a heat gun from both sides. And then I have a bunch of rocks on my workbench, and I just kind of smush the rock into the melted plastic to make it look like a dent.
Okay, so that's plastic. I thought that was metal.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. The whole thing is just plastic hard body.
The front is metal though, right?
Nope, whole thing's plastic.
Oh. So I thought okay, so the aftermarket body for they come, you can get a metal one and you can get a plastic one.
Oh, I've never seen a metal one. I know a guy who makes them out of metal, but I didn't know they offered a metal body.
I mean, not a metal, but a hard body is.
Oh, hard body,
right?
Yeah. So this is, it's all hard body. There's no Lexan in this one.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, 3D printed rear bumper, because the one that comes on the Blazer is inaccurate. Doesn't look, it's not right at all. So this is an actually accurate bumper for this model year.
Hey, what you think about building one of those new Silverados, jacked up, making a crawler look like that?
Yeah. Modern stuff is hard. It's hard to do because there's so many curves. Right. Although I guess you could probably find a good 3D printed file. Like like I was showing off my SCX-10 earlier, right? Like I love Jeep Wranglers. I have a Jeep Wrangler, so
Right.
I was like, okay, few things about the SCX-10 No Jeep has portals from the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Portals are sort of like they're good for performance most of the time. They do change your center of gravity, so they're not great in that way. But they're not very realistic. Like
Right.
not like the Traxxas line of TRX4s. They're great trucks, very capable and very strong and very robust. But I've never seen a Blazer with portal axles on it. Like it just
Right.
doesn't seem real. So I'm in the process right now of 3D printing a Wrangler body that I'm going to put on a raw builder's kit chassis, which says straight axles. But I'll probably swap it for like a Vanquish set, so I have an offset front diff, just like a Wrangler has.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do some pretty great stuff with 3D printing. Like there's a
Yeah, that's
Wrangler, right?
awesome.
Like the start of a Wrangler, and it's
Mm-hmm.
different colors because I'm printing different filaments, but it just prints out in in layers, and you glue it all together, and then you've got something like, once you've got that all kind of printed and glued together, you've got a full Wrangler.
What's
Like
Wow.
this one here.
what's the 3D printer that you like to use? Your ultimate
Um,
3D printer.
if I had the money, I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably have like a Prussia i3. Those are really
Okay.
good printers. I don't have one of those. I've got a TiVo Tornado, which is a pretty budget printer, but it does a great job for the money. Like I
Okay.
think all in that was like $250 or
That's
something.
good. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's not bad at all.
Right. I
And
might.
for that kind of money, I mean, I'm printing stuff like this at home.
Right.
Like, kind of blows my mind, right? It's like, why did I spend a whole year scratch building a body out of styrene when I could spend 40 hours and just print one?
Right. And
And
is that an open printer? That's not an enclosed printer, right?
yeah, that's right. It just prints PLA. It's not printing like ABS or anything that needs to be like contained. So
Right.
I just have it in my office. That's where it sits and hums away pretty much constantly, printing parts of these bodies.
I
But
have.
it's a great way to make pretty much anything you want. Like you can find the files online for just about any modern truck out there, and
Mm-hmm.
then you've got something totally unique that nobody else has.
Right. I had one. I don't remember what brand it was. It was an enclosed one, but it had Chinese writing on it. I'm not sure what it was. It was red and black, and it was enclosed. I could never get the bed to level. I had to
Those,
sell it.
yeah, it's a pain in the ass. They
Man,
really are. It's
so
what do they say? It's not a science. It's still an art. And
mm-hmm.
it's like, I am constantly messing with that thing. My friend messaged me today. He's like, why is it not feeding filament in? I was like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It
They're a
is, bro.
total disaster.
It is. You got to keep up on it, man. You got to
Yeah.
every time you go make a new part, I think you have to level that bed again.
Yep.
You have to get
Pretty
that thing right every time.
That's
And
why
it's
I just
hard.
try to keep it going constantly. That way it has no chance to get out of whack.
Right.
And 40 hours to do one body, man, that's a long time. If you got a big order, man, woo,
Yeah.
you looking at 2 weeks to get 10 bodies done.
There's a guy that in China who has a catalog of amazing bodies. He does like current gen Forerunners. He's got old Jeep Chiefs. He's got like all kinds of crazy designs, and you can email him and go, hey, I'd like one of your bodies. He goes, cool, it'll be 3 months.
Wow.
Because he's just so backlogged printing these bodies out. Like he's probably got a dozen printers, and they're just constantly running.
Right.
Wow.
I know RC Voodoo. I know you do a lot of 3D printing also, and I was seeing he was saying my Persia MK3
Sure. Yeah.
auto level. That's
Yeah.
the part that I was doing. I was doing auto level, and it would never do it. So I tried to take, you know how you take the piece of paper and then you do it yourself.
slide
still,
it in there.
I still couldn't do it. He had to
You
go.
turn the things, and then you like put the finger
Right,
underneath. You turn this
right,
one a little bit, and then
right,
that one. You gotta go
right,
back over.
right. So I could never do it. So I'm gonna get me another one. I definitely want to get into it. I was finna make so many different. I had so many ideas, and then watching Josh the other night on live doing the gas cans
Yeah,
and how you can form it to how you want it, bro. It's amazing, man.
yeah. The
I want to get back
software
into it.
still confounds me. I do my best, but
Hmm.
more times than not, it's a failure, and I have to go back and remake the part. So I'm still learning that part, but I'll get there.
Oh, definitely, definitely, because
Yeah,
practice made perfect. Not
absolutely,
keep doing what you're
absolutely.
doing, you'll get it right.
Yep. And that's
Jay-
the whole thing, right? Like if you're not trying stuff, then you're not learning anything.
Yeah,
There
you're
you
You're
not
not
go.
growing.
if
You're
there's
not
no
growing.
failure,
Mm.
there's no progression.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
Right.
it's the same with all parts of this hobby, right? Like you could buy a new servo, it could be totally underpowered. Doesn't work.
Correct.
Try different motors, different gearing. You might melt your gearing, you know? It's like so many different ways to look at it.
We got JJ's custom in the house. Sorry.
Oh, that's
Didn't
a
mean to
nice
cut
hat.
y'all off. Yes, man. I had to put it on for my brother. I was gonna make a video. Thank you, family.
I like the camo. That's a good look.
That's why I had to pick it out. I knew y'all two weren't gonna get it. I said, let me get that one.
No, I started laughing. Yeah,
Hmm.
I saw it in the box. I knew who it was. Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you, thank you. Not to cut y'all off. I'm sorry. He just showed
Go
up in
ahead,
the
go ahead,
house.
man. Go ahead.
Big shout out. He was actually helping us promote this thing. Really
Ah, that's
appreciate you,
great.
JJ. You the
Excellent.
best, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
But he's in Southern California, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
And you
Yes.
guys are in
Bay Area.
Florida?
Yeah. Me and Coach
Yeah.
D is in Florida.
I'm in the
And,
ATL.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Which I think I'll be moving there someday, and then I'll be traveling to Canada someday.
Yes.
So
Come
you
on
will
up
be seeing us.
we'll have you anytime you want.
Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm
Definitely be.
coming up there. I'm breaking my X Max to crawl.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
the Rock
crawling on the
Ray.
X Max.
The Rock Ray.
The
You
Rock
got
Yeah,
the
Ray.
bring
Rock
the
Ray,
rock
baby.
ray.
Oh,
Why
the
not?
rock ray, yeah, the rock ray,
There
rock ray.
you go,
Yeah, so
baby.
I'm bringing the rock ray. We're gonna crawl with the rock ray. And when you
There
build
you go.
that fifth scale crawler, I got wheels for you right here, baby.
Oh,
Get some of these
nice.
big boys.
Yes,
That's
sir.
those look those are as big as my head. I I've got an idea for a fifth scale project because I work in film and advertising. I have a lot of directors that are like, "Oh, you're into RC? We really need a good RC camera car." So I'm looking at coming up with something like that. So you have a nice professional grade camera on there and do some really cool shots, and it would be cool to see that. So
Yeah,
fifth scale stuff. You guys
definitely
will give me some good ideas.
now, for you, how much would it cost to make your own? Because me looking at the prices of the RC car camera cars that they have now is just outrageous.
Yeah,
No, it costs a lot of money.
it's
So
all
how much would it?
proprietary stuff. So
Right.
I don't know. I haven't done enough research to really be able to say what the budget would be on something like that. But
Right.
I think the way you have to look at it is it's something that I would own and rent to people,
I would love to do that too.
Yeah.
right? Because
So
that
it's
way
gonna pay for itself
pays for itself.
It's gonna pay for itself 4 times on the first rental. So
Right.
Exactly. That's how you have to
I
look
don't,
at stuff like that.
I don't see it being something that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially if
No.
you have a metal fabricator, it would be simple to put something that's similar to a harness, a metal harness, and then you put a gimbal on top of it and mount it down and make sure it don't go anywhere. And you can basically drop any camera you want on top of it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would be that hard. You can start off with a DBXLE chassis, that chassis that's
Right.
wide open and gives you a lot of space.
Mhm.
Right.
Mount a couple of tack wheels. Let's get it cracking.
Right.
I think we got it figured out.
So Matt, so would it be something with a gyro on it?
Yeah, it
Or
would have
something
to.
like
Yeah.
okay.
It would have to be completely remote, so the camera operator can do focus pulling, zooms,
Right.
tilts, dollies, whatever, and then the car would have to be controlled by somebody else. So it'd be like
Right.
a 2-person kind of
Job.
deal. Yeah.
One person driving, the other person doing functions of the camera itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As a content creator, as somebody that love you know, to see how you can film something and the way it can come out, man. I'm interested in all that stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
I can't
100%.
wait. I can't wait to see what you do.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that it works out. I know my other friend Hemi Storm. I know you guys have probably heard
Yeah.
of him and
Yeah.
Mhm.
crazy paint jobs.
Mhm.
He built a gimbal camera truck when we went to USTE the first year, and he had that on display, and it was just ninth scale stuff, so it was tiny, but it worked really well, and I was like
Mhm.
inspired by that. So yeah, something
I
to think
watched.
So
about.
when was the last time you attended USTE?
I went the first year. I haven't been back since. The timing of it is hard for me from a cost perspective, because
Mhm.
anytime anybody flies from Canada to Florida, and if we've got snow here, that's $1,000 flight easily.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And having it so close to Orlando, well, I guess it was like an hour away or so. That's close for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. It's about an hour and a half from where we live.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
It adds more to the expense because they assume that you're
Right.
going down there to go to Disney World. So
Right.
it was an expensive trip for me. It was a very valuable and rewarding experience, though, and I very much love those guys. I think they're doing a great job down there, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger, which is the intention,
Right.
and
Mhm.
bring more attention to scale. And they are doing a great job. They get a lot of really cool guest speakers in there. When I went, I did a how to build with styrene course, and then
Mm.
this year, the guy who did that course, I could never be nearly as good as he is. So it's pretty cool that they're bringing in some good people for that.
Right.
When the show, we all great in our own ways.
Absolutely, yeah, no,
Yes, sir.
totally, yeah.
Because nobody built a steam car. Nobody.
No, and there's
Not
a good reason that they didn't.
right. Well, that's why you great. That's why you great in your area. You're doing stuff that
And,
no other people is
and after
doing.
yeah, and
Oh
after
man, well
watching, I don't think
that's
they
great.
ever will.
No,
Right.
exactly. They'll look
Right.
at that. They go, "Wow, that's really cool." Not
Right.
doing that.
Right. I actually seen K-pop RC. I don't know if y'all know him.
Oh
He
yeah, yeah,
built.
yeah.
Okay, so he did the camera on top of the truck also and built it out of a couple different parts. Yes,
Rotates
that was
around.
tight.
Yeah. He actually, I
Yeah.
think he also works in. I think he's a film editor as well.
Yeah,
And I think he's actually in Toronto, so he's not far from where I am at.
that's cool. I love that guy. If you ever talk to him, tell him two boys RC watching him and saying,
Yeah,
"What's up, man?"
for
And
Yeah,
see,
sure.
and that's the same thing I do. I work with a remote control car every day. It was my camera on the back of my. I run a TV truck that surveys sewer and storm drains. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
camera
Okay.
on the back of my truck that goes in the sewer and storm drains every single day, and I just run it down line after line after line after line. So,
Right.
and that's why I said that I don't think it would be that hard if you have a just the want to do it. It's really
Mm-hmm.
not that hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just gotta
The
carve
camera
out the
itself,
time.
getting a good camera is what's gonna hurt you the most.
Well, and that's the great thing about the industry, like the advertising industry here. All the gear is just rental gear. So if I make the car and make it universal, so any camera can go on there, then I
Yeah.
Right.
don't need to
They
buy
rent
the
the camera.
camera. They
Right.
bring their own cameras.
Ooh.
So
And there you
even
Nice.
go.
better.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
I gotta say,
Oh
Gap,
yeah.
that sounds like a dream come true though, because your hobby is RC, and then there's an element of that in your job, and that to me
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
The only,
Right.
only, only, only thing suck about it is, you using when you driving an RC car, you actually using your own line of vision. And when you're
Yeah,
watching the computer monitor and it's going down, because your depth perception is different when you're looking at
totally.
it above ground, and then when you have a camera looking at it, because it may look like a small hole to you
Right.
on that camera, but in actuality, the hole is this long, and you don't notice
Right.
that. So you like, oh, I can drive over that, and you
Right.
drive over and pop out, you got a $20,000 camera stuck up on the ground. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it's a little bit more tedious. The good thing about it has a cord on it, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Right.
a little bit more tedious then.
So
Right.
that's like FPV. Have you guys ever done any FPV driving?
I haven't, but I
No.
want to.
Mhm.
I want to.
I
But
I
yeah,
did one of those.
it's almost like it's FPV because you can't see. You only can
Right.
see what the camera sees. So
Right,
once
and
it
it's
gets
not
down on the ground.
it's not like these advanced systems where you've got your head on a swivel, so like whenever you turn, the camera turns with it, right?
Right.
No,
Like
it's
that's
yeah,
what
it's
some of the
not.
new systems are like.
Yeah, and that would
that's
be
crazy.
great. I would sit there. I wouldn't be doing nothing all day. They'll be like, oh, he doing all the work. I ain't did nothing. I'm just sitting there looking around.
The best thing to do, and I built an FPV crawler a long time ago. It was just like a very simple, like Fat Shark goggles and the one single camera just on the hood of the truck, so you could sort of get an idea of where you were. The best thing ever, though, is watching somebody else do it.
Right.
Because they've got the goggles on. They're like,
they don't know what they're doing. Right. I want to try it, man.
It's awesome. It's a weird feeling, though.
Does it get you like drunk?
Yeah, I
Almost
get a
feeling?
little motion sickness. Yeah,
Right.
it definitely does.
Because I see these guys with these fast drones.
I don't know how they do that.
Me neither. It's like, and when you watch it on the videos, they're like flipping upside down real quick. It's just so fast. I don't know how they don't fall on the ground. I bet it fell out.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. He say FPV sucks. No. Nah, I want to try. I want to get the DJI, the newest ones that they have that has the antennas all over it on the head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's probably like $1,000 system, but I do want to try that one day because I want to drive my RC as far away as possible as I can with sitting somewhere. I done did it where I drove behind the RC and I drove it through the city. I did a couple of those and people thought I was sitting somewhere doing it, but I wasn't. I was actually driving behind it. But I actually want to be able to do that and see how far I can get it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I remember that was always the challenge. How far away can you get before you lose signal? And that was, I think when I was doing it, it wasn't all that high tech. It was pretty low tech at that point, but I would love to see what they've done now. Because I think a crawler like that, imagine going to a comp where everyone is doing it.
Right. And
like you can't
going through it.
You sit down at like the first trail marker, and then you have to do the whole thing without getting out of the chair. That would be something else, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd
be incredible.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I think everybody be filming you instead of the car. That'll be nice.
I think, you know what though? I think something like that would get even more people into the hobby because people are interested in that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would send the crawling hobby, I would say, to a whole nother level.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's not like we don't, from like a crawl perspective, I think it's getting pretty mainstream, which is pretty cool.
Right.
It's certainly not as mainstream as, and I hope I'm not disrespecting the hobby by calling them bashers. Is that
no? That's what we are.
That's what we are. We're
the bashers.
All right. Yeah. So it's not anywhere close to the basher market at all. Like, I mean, you guys own RC as far as I'm concerned. But it's definitely gotten bigger.
To some people, though. That's fighting words to some people.
Well, who do you think would have a problem with that?
The drag guys. The drag guys feel like the crawler guy. I mean, the basher guys. We ain't doing nothing. We're not doing nothing innovative. We just jumping around all over the place with cars. But it takes skill and technique to bash your car without breaking it.
It does.
It definitely takes skills and technique. And see, then you will hear from a basher guy. He'll be like, "Oh man, it ain't hard to put a big motor in your car and go fast straight down the street." But it really is.
Yes, it is.
It really is something to that. You can't just put anything in your car and think you're gonna go 100 miles an hour down the street. Right. It's not that simple. You know what I'm saying?
And even with crawling, you're not finna just put the
baddest
setup and think you're finna go out there and beat everybody crawling in the competitions or whatever you want to be. It's not just gonna happen like that. Period.
It's not gonna happen like that. And that's why we have to respect each other craft. You know what I'm saying? We can't assume that just because I like this craft more that it's the best and it's the hardest thing to do and it's the you have to respect other people's stuff. And see me, I'll try anything. I just recently got me a drone and I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really liking the drone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have what drone do you have?
I got the Mavic Mini.
And I got the DJI Mavic Pro.
I've got the Mavic Mini as well, but you know what? I'm afraid to take it out.
Coach D broke my
It's not
gimbal
that
today.
bad. It's not that bad though.
Is it?
It's not that bad, man. Because
because
like me, I thought that it was gonna like every movement of the drone, I had to do it.
Right.
The Maverick Mini basically flies itself.
Well, that's good to know.
And see, it's not like a race drone, so it's not turbo fast. So
Okay,
even when you press it hard as you can all the way to the top to go forward, it's only going about 18, maybe 20 miles per hour.
Okay, good to know. Because I've got a drone story. It's a quick one. I had a this was in the early days before DJI really got huge. I think they had the Phantom at that time, but it was like the Phantom 1. But I had a Blade 350QX, which I think was like a Horizon brand. Not a great drone. And when I had it, I think it was used. Like I bought it used, so it had been used by somebody else. And I remember going down to the lake, right out of the front of our lakefront there, and wanted to turn it around to get a really nice view of the whole skyline, right, with the CN Tower and all the buildings and everything. And I wasn't a very good pilot. I send it up, but I didn't really calibrate it very well, so it started to get away from me a bit. And I was like, "Oh, I better bring this thing home." And it had a feature where it was like, come back to home, right? You flick this switch and it just supposed to come right back.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes zing. And I'm like, where I couldn't see it anymore. And then I was like, "Whoa, I better turn that switch off." So I turned that off, and then all of a sudden it goes zing straight into the lake.
Wow.
And I'm not like, it's like 200 yards out, and I just watch it splash. And I was like, I got the remote in my hands. I'm just like staring. I just put the remote thing down. I go, "Okay, that's cool, man. This kind of thing happens all the time. People are always losing drones. It's not a big deal. Nobody saw that." And I'm like looking around. There's all kinds of people just staring.
Hey, that's what Coach did. That's what Coach D did today. Trying to land it on the table, and the drone went straight up into the tree. Nah, what happened? It was the obstacle avoidance. I should have turned that off, bro. That's what I thought.
But that never went off.
Nah, but
It had to for it to shoot up. It had to.
It never went off.
You know what though? If you
When it shoot up like that, that's what happens. It just
I know, but I'm saying it never showed up. But it never showed up on the remote.
Avoidance,
oh yeah,
the battery go dead and you too far away from home. It's gonna just run into something trying to get back to home. If you put the obstacle avoidance on, when your battery goes dead, the drone gonna say zoom. It's gonna take off way up in the sky, way above everything. It's gonna get to its home point, and then it's gonna come down.
right.
And that's what I didn't realize.
Exactly where the home spot is.
That's what I didn't realize, and I think I probably should have just left it.
I don't think it's on a remote, bro.
You take off when the battery say beep beep, just let it go. It's gonna take off up high, real high, get over this landing point, and then it's gonna come back down to the ground.
Yeah,
but that DJI is easy, man. It's like
okay, good.
That was Coach.
That was an expensive day for me.
That's what I did. Remember when I was flying in the house, y'all, and y'all seen it up to the sky? What happened was it seen me. It shot straight up to the roof, hit the roof, hit on the ground.
But remember when you were standing out in the field and you were waving in front of the camera?
Mm-hmm.
On the remote it said obstacle and it beeped.
Oh.
When I tried to land it on the picnic table by us, it didn't say that on the remote. It just
shot up.
Yeah,
I don't know. It must have been delayed. That's what it did.
I noticed yesterday when I was driving mine, I was trying to get it as low to the ground as possible to watch the cars come past. Yeah. But it would only let me get so low without going into landing mode and it actually landing. It would only let me get maybe about 2 feet from the ground. That was the lowest it would let me go.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing with the Mini, I think, is that it doesn't have forward obstacle avoidance, but it knows where the ground is. Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, cool. At least it won't smash into the ground.
Yeah, it's easy,
Shoot.
man, once you do it.
Mine
Yeah.
almost hit the ground. I was actually making a video chasing one of the RCs, and it just started to plummet. I was like right next to the ground. I don't know how I got it that low, but I was going, and all of a sudden it tried to dip down, but it went up. So I got lucky that day. So the drones are crazy with it.
Mhm.
Hey, oh, my dog came in to visit me.
Hey, what's up, Pop?
Come on up here.
Yes, sir.
It's-
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the True Gap and CoachD show, baby. He said
That's
I had to get on
Alexander.
too.
He's a good boy.
Alexander.
Yeah.
What's
He's a
up,
rescue.
Alexander?
Actually, he's from Arkansas.
Oh man, he
They
shipped
brought
him
him up
out.
from Arkansas. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Probably the best dog you ever had.
Probably. Well, yeah, definitely for me. It's my only first dog. But
Man.
he's a good boy.
Yes, sir. I done had
Say hi
dogs
to
all my
everybody.
life.
So now one question I was going to ask when you had it up on the K10, since it does have the functional hood and has the engine bay in it, would you ever think of putting a little hood light?
Oh yeah,
So when you
For
when
sure.
you propped it open,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
yeah. It's got to have a whole light kit at some point. So why not go all the way, right?
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
and then just add a blue door as that missing piece.
He said I'm hanging out, daddy.
Junkyard blue door. That's the only thing that's missing.
Put some chalk on it with
Yeah.
like,
Right.
the year.
Mm-hmm.
What would the year be? It would be like 70, 73, 76.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
you gotta,
on.
hey, look, you gotta put the trash bag with the tape over the window as well. Trash bag with the tape over the window, baby. Yeah,
I've had a
Red
lot
tape.
of people do that.
And the tail light. The tail light too. You gotta
Oh,
bust a
red
red tail light.
Yeah.
Red
I
tape.
already did. I did the tail light already. It's got
Yeah.
duct tape
Yes,
on it.
sir,
instead,
that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Then bust the other side. Don't put nothing over it.
No, exactly. Just leave it as is.
Right. He said your dog was made in America.
Hell yeah, it sure was.
How we ain't kids.
We got 2 of those. 2 cats, 1 dog, 1 wife.
There we go. You better have one. She gonna keep.
Yeah. One's enough. Yeah.
There you go. One is enough.
Oh my god.
That's more than what you need. Boy, they give you a handful sometimes.
No, she's a good woman.
Oh,
We've been
yeah.
together. We've been together 19 years this weekend.
Oh
Nice.
man, congratulations, brother.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I don't look it, but I'm old.
Nah,
I'm 87 years old.
yeah, right. Yes, sir.
Dog years.
Dog years.
Yeah. Dog, yeah.
Actually, here I got something else kind of interesting in here. I'm restoring an RC10, an original gold pan. You guys remember
Nice.
these?
Yep.
Let me see that.
Yeah.
What
We
that
were
is?
talking about that the other night.
It look like a.
It's a
Josh
original
built-
RC10.
Josh built one of these, but it was like a so like a re-release. This is
Mhm.
original, factory original A stamp, which is like, I guess, in the collector world, it means
Mhm.
something more. I don't really know much about it, but
Yeah.
I pulled it all apart. And the interesting thing that I'm going to do, and somebody else that I guess somebody told me about this, but what they do, his name's M Pro. He does a lot of like rebuilds of vintage stuff. He takes all of the old school electronics. So like this is an old school Futaba receiver.
Mm-hmm.
What?
He takes the
Great.
yeah, I know. Look at the size of it. Eh?
Huge.
I know. He takes actually. I've got the inside. I've got the guts of it right here. This is going to blow your mind.
So I was gonna
I've
say,
never
those
seen
ran off of those. Those ran off
I've
the
never
radios with the
seen
big long
so many
antennas.
capacitors. Like there's
Wow.
so many capacitors on this
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, what he does is he takes out this part and then he puts modern electronics inside the case and then builds it all to look old school, but it's got all the new stuff in it.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang on to those pieces. But I've been like degreasing for days. There is so much dirt on this thing. It is a mess.
Yeah, The original RC10s, it's hard to find parts.
Yeah, you can't find anything anymore. But you know what? It's a good challenge. I actually.
And then of course they did the re-release and then made it a class on the racing circuit.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. That it takes you back, right? Like this old school stuff. I've got a Kyosho Ultima here as well, but this one's the re, so it's like brushless ready. In fact, I put a 3300 kV in there, and it rips. It's a lot of fun. But I like the old stuff. You know, there's something pretty cool about old-timey technology that is, you know, it's nostalgia, right? It takes you back to your childhood. So stuff like that is fun. I also have a dual rider, but I'm not going to subject you guys to that nonsense. Like Josh would. Did Josh show you his dancing rider? He didn't?
No.
He must have not been feeling well because he shows
the
that thing to everybody.
What, the 3-wheel car?
Yeah, 3-wheel, yeah.
We seen that one.
Yeah, we said it looked like a taxi.
Taxi cab.
Yeah.
Oh, the tuk-tuk, right. The drifting tuk-tuk, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Keto Taco Bell little car.
That kid's got a problem, man. He's a good kid, but you know.
Look at you. He's a good kid. You something else. Boy, I see why y'all have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta. If you can't make fun of your friends, who can you make fun of? Right?
I'm telling you, that's why we crack on each other every time.
I found it funny because he actually did get one of your trucks from you, and then you left him a nice little. You left a nice little note on the bottom.
Josh smelled. Yep. I try to, you know, anytime I sell a truck now, I try to make one of those little plaques, and it's just 3D printed, so it's not a big deal. It takes like 10 minutes to print out. I just built by Matthew Kett, and then I try to put a little saying underneath, and because I was going to Josh, it was obvious it had to say Josh smells.
Right. Yeah, something else. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make something up for y'all. My next paint job gonna have something on it about y'all.
They said Josh showed us that ugly '80s mustache.
Oof.
And he's 3D printing a beard as we speak.
Hey, look.
I'll in fact, the next time I sell him a truck, I'm gonna start doing all kinds of stupid things. I think though, if I get him another truck, I'm gonna put like gummy bears in the diff casing.
You so bad.
You know, like just do really stupid stuff. So like, it's like why aren't these turning? Right?
Look, this car's gonna be wheeling all over the place. We call that Deontay in the center. You put that Deontay in the center, you're gonna pop wheelies all day.
Put some Deontay on it. What's up, Tony? I see you in the chat, my brother.
CCXRC says sounds like a T-shirt. SBG Josh smells.
You're right.
Yeah, you know what? I've got some good merch. I could add that to the list.
Oh, hey, look! When I first did your logo, what it was I put on, bro? I put on the wrong one.
Scale Quilters Guild.
Oh yeah. I was like, hold on, I didn't know this. I took your logo off your Facebook page, off your yeah.
Yep, that's I do. That was for April Fool's one year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, we're done with RC trucks. We're just doing quilts now.
That was nice. That was cool.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of that. There also the reason that we started doing that. Richard and I, we were on. I think we found AliExpress a long time ago. You know, like Alibaba or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a sticker sheet that you could buy, and it had all kinds of sponsor logos on it, right? So like Tekin, Castle, Traxxas, Axial, whatever. And then our logo was on this sheet. But it didn't say Scale Builders Guild. It said Scale Bilbers Guild. So they replaced the D with a B.
Bilbers.
And I was like,
Bilber.
is this like you're knocking off our logo? Like, why?
Right.
Nobody, first of all, nobody's going to buy your sticker sheet anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So now I put it on all the shirts, or I put it on
a shirt that we don't have.
Right.
I got you, babe. I got you.
Where my guy review shirt at? I'm sorry, but you got to go on teespring.com to get my shirt.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
where
got.
ours are as well. So
I need to
you can
get me some
search
in
there.
house though. 'Cause a lot of people ask me.
Yeah,
See, like,
you know what? Teespring's great because you don't have to worry about holding stock or printing
right,
your own or any of that stuff. You
right,
just
Right.
send your designs in, they
right,
print everything and ship everything for you, and you still get a little cut of the profits. It's a
right.
great deal.
And
Yeah.
see, that's why
Yeah.
I don't like the whole stuff because people they don't shop as much as they should with you. They shop whenever they want to shop. But
Right.
so
You're your only biggest supporter.
right.
Right. And
So
it's expensive to make your own stuff. Right. And
right.
you don't want to be sitting on like 100 shirts because of
That's what I'm
minimums and everything, right?
Right.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
And
just like,
Drew.
this place has got everything. They've got tactical hip bags, they've got t-shirts, they've got hats. Like that's where this hat's from. They're great hats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's nice. I need to get my own merch in. I ain't even showing off for the people yet, so I will soon
do it
get
up.
my own and bring it in so people can see who is this, Kevin. All right, shout out to
No
you, brother.
idea. I shouted him
Don't
out.
say it no
Guess
more,
he didn't hear
Kevin.
me.
Kevin XU. Big shout out, brother. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Earl Mohead, my big brother. You already know it. All right, we're gonna get to y'all, but y'all got any questions for my brother? It's about Scale Builders Guild, man. Y'all got any questions for him? Hit it up in the chat. And see what y'all want to know.
I want to know how you guys got into RC.
I recently I got into RC because somebody told me about the electric. I used to do nitro back in the days,
Right on.
and it was tuning. That was all I was doing. Uh, and before that, it was Walmart cars and Radio Shack cars when I was little.
Yeah.
So then the nitro came, and that point in my life gone. I stopped doing it for years, and then within the last year and a half, someone told me about the electric. So when I got in, I went full throttle because I bought that first one and it was like ding, and everything I drove was like heaven. It was so
Oh
much
yeah.
fun. I bought 30 cars I had about 30, 40 cars at one time, and it's just been an addiction.
Yeah.
It's been
I
an
know the
addiction.
feeling. What's
So
your favorite one?
my favorite right now, I would have to pick the Mojave.
Yeah.
Besides that will be the X Max, and then after that it will be the Creighton 6S.
You have a lot of open space.
Yeah, right now I got see because I have up the banner back there. I actually got cars in the shells back here. Let me see if I can show you.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I got
Screen
shells
scrape.
with cars
Yeah. Yeah.
on both shells. I got cars and I got cars laying on the ground. I got cars everywhere.
Yeah.
Got one right there. I got the Kaiju right here. I tore up today.
What's the kaiju? Is that the red cat?
Yeah, Red Cat Kaiju, which is this. I know Josh said he wanted the body.
He wants the body. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I tore this up today. I did some heavy bashing, and then I have my custom painted X Max. Oh, this thing's so heavy.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Actually, it's candy green inside it, so it's by the background being a green screen is covering that up.
I
I got
like it.
my Mojave is my favorite though. The only thing I don't like about the stock tires is by being so fast, it breaks out. Oh, it's green. That's why you can't see. It breaks the inside hex out because it's so fast. They need to
Oh
put the aluminum inside these. That way they don't tear up.
yeah.
'Cause-
I'm gonna check that one out. I like the look of the Mojave.
Yeah,
And most of my videos, you're gonna see one of my tires going down the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
When Josh and I were doing the drag bolt series where we're making the deadbolt into a speed car,
yeah.
which was, oh man, I thought 55 was pretty. But
55 is fast.
for an XCX10, yeah, that's not too bad.
Right.
Josh got his up to 63, but
Oh, that's good.
I lost so many wheel nuts because we were using 8th scale wheel nuts, right? And if you don't have those things cranked down all the way,
Yeah, it's coming.
say goodbye.
Yeah. I'm always losing a tire. I bash hard. Gap a little more subtle with his, but he do his
Yeah.
thing also.
Yeah, I
Coaches,
see an infraction back there.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he got
That's a silver bullet. Silver bullet.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
the Gap Reviews A to Z store back there. He got cars on deck. He got the whole you'll think you're walking in a Hobby Town store, you walk in Gap House.
Someone asked what is the easiest way to make a scale tow cable, Matt?
Oh, there you go, Matt. There you go, Matt.
Use a shoestring, actually. Yes, nice. I like the paint. Yeah. Shoestring with if you just shoe glue the end together, like shoe glue the end, make a loop, and then put some heat shrink wrap over that shoe glue and just heat that up. It should hold. It's a good, easy toe strap.
There you go, Pigeon Kicker. Next one was what goes into building a course for scaling, or what determines a good course versus one not so good?
Oh, man. Well, I've never built a course, so I can't really speak to that too much, but I know what makes a good course. It's got to be semi-appropriate for the scale that you're, like the class that you're running. So like a class 1 truck is never going to go down a completely vertical cliff. So you kind of play to the strengths of the class you're doing. There should be challenges. I like a good water challenge, like a good standing water, or, like crossing across a river or something. That's always cool. But a well-built course is one that is challenging enough that not everybody can complete it, but not so challenging that no one can complete it. Like Josh was telling me about a comp that he did where there were like 45 or 50 entrants and 3 people made it through the course. That's too hard. Right? Yeah. And I think you got to pre-run it with a stock truck. That's always a good way to kind of judge how hard it's going to be too. If you're a judge on the course, or you're building the course, drive your whole course with a stock or nearly stock truck to get a good idea of how it's going to actually be for everybody else.
Right.
And kind of build your obstacles around that. I've done some cool ones, like Team K&K out in Ohio, Ohio, Southern Ohio. They build their courses on a man-made area. So it's not out in the woods. It's not like in a field somewhere. It's on their property, but they change it every year and just move rocks around. And they run their courses over and over again to make sure everyone's going to have a fun time. Because that should be the most important thing. You don't want people so frustrated. I remember watching a comp when the guy got so frustrated, he picked up his truck and threw it into the ditch because he was just like so frustrated by the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's no way to. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Right. What's up, Deontay?
Yeah, I think when you get to that point, you taking it a little too serious. You know,
I agree.
Because because if it's set out for fun, no matter how hard the track is, you're gonna go out and enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's real technical to if you're a basher, or if you are what I call a neighborhood racer, where you set out cones and you just go around it and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get on the track, it's way more technical. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the jumping and this and that. But at the end of the day, it to get frustrated is like you trying too hard to win. You know what I'm saying? You out here to enjoy the hobby and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think I like the challenge. I excel better when I have a harder challenge than when I have more fun when I have a harder challenge than something that I can just breeze through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It's it's a balance. You got to find that balance. I think that's the best part about building a course. I have a question though, for you guys. When you're out with your RCs, and I mean the basher end of things are fast, and things can get out of control and they can get dangerous. Do you guys ever catch any like flack or any trouble when you're out with your RC cars? Because that's one thing I'm always worried about. Is like I don't want to be somewhere where I'm going to get in trouble for doing it. Like, does anybody give you a hard time, or do you have like a spot that you can go to that's just open and like?
We find spots. We find spots.
Yeah.
And see me, I try to go to places where it's not a whole lot of activity, because it's very dangerous if you got people walking through a trail and you coming through the trail doing 60 miles an hour trying to hit a makeshift jump. That is definitely dangerous. But I've never had anyone say,
y'all
what are you doing?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have more people, when they see it, they're coming to you like, hey man, where did you get that? What's the name of that? What's that cost? You know what I'm saying?
Where can I buy that? Right. Yeah.
Amused. Like they'll stand there and just watch it. You have to tell them like, hey man, move over a little bit. They stand right there. They want to see what that car can actually do. It's like amazing. So I've never had an instance where a person was like, nah man, that's too dangerous. You can't have that around here. Now I can see people saying that with the noisemakers, with the gas cars, because they are super loud. And when you in private, when you in private parks, you know what I'm saying, it signs all over the park telling you no motorized vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Right. You coming through there, I can see that would be a problem. But as far as bashing with an electric car, I've never had anyone to say anything.
Cool.
Me neither.
Cool. Yeah, I guess it just depends on where you're at, right? Like I'm downtown, so I don't have a lot of space, because I'm trying to think about like whenever I've taken out the UDR, it's always on like a pretty non-populated area.
Right.
And I'm still like super paranoid that someone's going to come up and be like, get that thing out of here.
Right. even like going to parks and stuff like that, you know, they be more entertained than anything. So
that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I've had a few police pull up and you think they finna make you leave, but they'll pull up and sit there and just watch and go back and forth, and you know what I'm saying? You know, you like, dang man, I gotta leave. We gotta find a new spot. They don't say that. They just pull up and stop. So you know they're watching you at that point.
Right.
And they sit there for 15, 20 minutes watching you just.
Yeah.
And they actually, I done had an officer pull up on me and ask me how fast it go.
That's always the first question, no matter what.
Right.
No matter what part of the hobby. Even with these like super slow, how fast does it go?
Right. That's
You're gonna be really disappointed.
Right. What's up, Jack?
I tell them, man, it hit about 55.
Right. Oh, they definitely go by the one then.
Someone asked, what do you think of Traxxas snap-on tow truck crawler?
Oh, the tow truck, yeah. I like it when Traxxas does those sort of like one-off custom limited edition trucks. I don't think I could ever afford it.
Oh,
you muted yourself.
Yeah, just tap the audio button.
Oh, you muted yourself. You muted. I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Bet it up. Look, he off the chain. That's my brother. Boy, we can rock out there all the time. Hey, Matt coming to the show again, baby. Yes, sir. That's my brother right there, boy. Man, I love. Hey, y'all didn't imagine these guys were so great, man. I know you didn't. They are. They really are, man. And we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my headphones died, so I had
you good. You're good.
I appreciate being on the show, honestly, guys. It's a lot of fun. I love talking about the hobby. I love getting people interested in this really boring part of the hobby, the building. And I know, Gap, that's not really your style to build stuff.
I'm coming along.
All right.
I did a low C buggy.
All right, that's building.
The 8XE, I did that. I'm coming along. I'm getting to the point where I don't mind wrenching like how I did at first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At first I was like, oh, I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it because I don't want to fix it. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, good.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best part about having actual like building experience is that you know how it went together. So when you do break it, you know how
it comes apart.
Right. I actually did a crawler course on the side of the house. I got so deep into the crawler.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I built I built it with the intention of just building a decorative garden, but I did build a couple of rock features in there so I could test trucks in the backyard.
Coach D had got me into it.
That's called a wife tricker. She's like, oh, that looks nice with those rocks. You just okay, I can put this one here. I put this one right here. It's a course.
Right.
A flower bed course.
Right.
Coach, I didn't ask you, what's your favorite RC currently? Like what's your go-to?
Mojave.
There we go, baby.
I'm a Mojave fan. All right. Guys are still in Mojave. It's
but then the X Max is after that.
There we go. Jordan. Yeah, that's that Jeep Rubicon body on the X Max.
Oh, show me that.
Hey, show on that, bro. Oh, there we go. There we go, Coach. See, that's the one I got, the green.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, I'm gonna big both of y'all up right quick. Okay. Hold on, go ahead. All right, you got it. All right. Oh, where you at? Dang, I'm putting out the wrong person. All right.
Oh yeah.
That thing heavy. I didn't know it, yeah.
What, the new Proline body?
Yeah.
The Proline Jeep Rubicon.
Yeah, nice.
Let's see the front. Yeah. There you go.
What a monster.
Yes, it is. And it's heavy too.
Oh yeah.
Who
would want to be in the way of that?
Huh?
You would not want to be in the way of that.
Nah, you would not, especially not this one, because this one has the big block. It has the 800 kV in it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in front of this one.
Nope.
No.
I almost hit myself on the video the other day.
And I just got this in a trade. I got this in a trade last night.
That's one of the best ones right there also.
Yeah.
Creighton 6S, baby.
Yes, sir.
I painted my wheels.
Build some tough stuff, don't they?
Yep. I painted the wheels on mine. Let me see if I can get mine over there.
Shout out to Shogun.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Shogun RC. That's our brother. We went out bashing with. We go bashing with all the time now. Oh, mine's a little dirty, but I just did the little wheels. Armor actually had posted this on the Hall of Fame. I done bashed the heck out of it. This one of my favorites.
Yeah. He tried to raise and
pop my stuff. If I didn't, I would have whooped y'all up. I would have whooped y'all up today. Y'all know it. I whooped y'all on the first one. I pulled that thing out with that speed pinion on it. Put something on y'all. Y'all got lucky on that second run. I tripped my own self.
What's the other Arma car that they don't sell with the motor or anything?
The Limitless.
Limitless.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
The Infraction too. The Infraction you were like, oh, so it's a little truck.
I've got the tires from an Infraction here.
The Hoons. Yeah, you should put some Hoons on one of the crawlers and see how it look. That'd be tight. Hey, put it on the oh, there we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's clean, bro.
It looks clean, but it's not clean. This is
what's that? Is that the Kyosho?
Yeah, the Kyosho Inferno.
Inferno.
All right.
I have the Inferno
filthy right now, but it's great, man. I love this thing.
That's the nice car.
I'm gonna tell you, the wheels. If you want grip, and you want to go fast, and you don't want to drift all over the place. Yeah. Go with the Proline Avengers, man.
Avengers. Okay.
I got the Proline Avengers on my, because I got the same car, but mine is the Dodge Demon. With the Proline Avengers on there, man, it is.
I've got a whole bunch of crazy tires because when we were doing that burnout challenge, I was like, well, I should get real rubber. So I got all these tires from Italy, GRP.
Oh yeah,
heard of these?
Yeah, we know about them GRPs. They sticky.
Yeah.
That's all I know. What's up, Mass Master? We got the real moderator in here. Shut it down. If it's not going right, shut it down, Master. Oh man. Sean's RC, what's up, family? I know y'all love scale builders. Hey, see, y'all thought we weren't gonna bring the people for y'all, did you? I bet you did.
Getting all the people.
Yes, we love all. I love all parts of the hobby. I did crawling. I did bashing. I still do bashing. I'm gonna get me another crawler. I think my next one will be a Unimog. Um, I did speed runs. I'm finna get a boat next.
Boat.
I got the drone. I just got into that. I think we all kind of just got a drone at the same time. So we all venturing in that. And then I'm finna hop on the boat like within this next week or two. So I'll have that coming in. That's
Awesome.
another side that I want to get into. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just scale stuff for now. You guys are convincing me on some bashers, so I'll probably be getting into that. I'll have more questions for you, I'm sure.
Definitely. You know, we're here too, man. We rock out on the basher.
We here.
On everything, really, because everybody come here and they talk about different stuff. We got Mr. Mad 2424 on the boats. We got Earl with his high speed cars and all that. We got us with the bashing. You know, we got everybody that come here, so we talk about it every time we get on here.
Oh, that's
and
great.
Now we have y'all coming on, so anytime you need to know something, you come over here. You know, we already talking about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
CCXRC says I want Matt to build a scale monster truck.
Yep. See, we got CCXRC. He rock out with us.
Monster truck. Yeah, I there's some guys doing some pretty cool stuff with monster trucks. I could do one of those, I think.
That'll be tight.
SMT 10 is probably the best one to go with, right?
Yeah, I want to get into that too. You know,
if you're doing a scale one anyway, I guess that's probably the best way to go.
Yeah. See, that's one of part of the avenues I ain't touched in yet, so I wanna jump into that also.
I was always in love with the Clodbuster when I was a kid, so like it's a natural thing, I think.
I like the Pro Mod Clodbusters that they make.
Oh yeah.
Like the Trigger King, those guys do a lot of those videos on those. Yeah. Yeah. Tony has some of those, so you know I'm motivated to get some of those also. Want to bring a lot of stuff to this channel.
Just keep growing it. That's how it works.
Yes, sir.
Keep building the audience. Everybody started with one follower, right? Everybody started with one sub.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. What he says, I'm sure will be detailed for sure. Yeah. We're gonna get.
It used to be easy to sub to people when you could just click on their name and then sub, but I guess when YouTube took that away now.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and the live shows, like you can't click on anybody's name anymore and go to their channel.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. That sucks. Because it was easy. It was very easy to click on someone's name that you see and go to their channel. You have to type in that whole name now just to go to it.
Huh. Well, I hope that everyone who's watching right now is subbing to you guys, and I hope they're also going to check out our channel too.
Oh, definitely. And that's what we preach every time we get on here. You sub to each other, you support each other, watch each other's videos, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great hobby, and the more that you get to know about other facets of it and other parts of this hobby, the more you might learn, and the more you might get involved and get interested in other things. So
that's right.
I'm all for it, man.
That's right. Y'all got any more questions out there? No more dominating chat. He said what? No more sub for dominating chat. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why, right?
Yeah.
Sub for sub is illegal.
Yeah. I wonder what. Well, I see a lot of scammers do that also, though.
Oh, like the wannabe friends?
Yeah, I have to block them.
Yeah, we get a block
for friend guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but to me, it's like the same thing as going on Facebook and dropping your thing and saying, "Please come sub." You know what I'm saying? You sub to me and I sub to you.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
I guess
Because
they are asking for it.
it's real big on YouTube. Like on Facebook, they have some groups called YouTube groups, and a lot of those I don't want to call them out, but I think Indian guys or whatever. A lot of them do the sub for sub deal,
Yeah, don't
and,
fall for
and
that.
I'm not. I'm not. At first, when I got into it, I was looking like, hey, I could get a lot of subs this way, but nah, I stopped
Grow it
that real quick,
organically. That's
man.
the best way to do it.
I got kicked out of the group because I shared too much of my video. I'm sharing my video everywhere. Everywhere I can, I'm sharing it because I figure I don't care what group you're in. I feel like if you do RCs, I think you would enjoy a video. So I share it. I don't care what group it is.
at the end of the day, we all one group.
Yeah.
So no matter what facet, what part of the RC hobby you're in, you still an RCer. So at the end of the day,
I get kicked out of groups. I get kicked off of Facebook for a month. They talk about I'm spam. No, I'm not. Right. What's up, Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, what it do?
Radican. We got Radican,
It
which is a great
says,
painter.
what kind of paint
Can,
do
yeah,
you use on
I
hard
need
bodies?
Matt, I need you and Rattlecan on Lexan to do a paint off. That would be so
That'll
awesome.
be
That's who paint all
man.
our bodies. Most of our bodies are painted by Rattlecan on Lexan.
And custom
In
RC.
the RC fan for life. And it would be great if I can get you and him to do a paint off.
That would be fun.
Just a regular Lexan body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He haven't been on YouTube that long, but he does a great job. He did this AS Creighton body right here. The UDR body I just showed he did.
Oh, nice.
He do a great job.
Custom RC paints do that too.
You and him do a paint off.
Kind of reminds me of this TRD TRX4 that I did.
Bro, I remember when you did that. And you know what's funny? Somebody sent me a friend request on Instagram, and I swear it was you. Boy, I was so happy. It wasn't you. I was happy as hell. It was a while back. Somebody stole your picture and put it on their profile.
No kidding.
Yeah, man. That same car. I remember that when you did that. It's been a while ago, man.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, I gave this away. I did a giveaway for this body. And the guy who won it lived in South Africa.
That could have been him then.
So I shipped it all the way to South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't pick it up, and they shipped it all the way back to me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, that wasn't him then. Somebody took the picture then. That was crazy.
That's crazy.
It was Rattlecan asked, what kind of paint do you use on the hard bodies?
On hard bodies, I use mostly just Tamiya rattle cans. These are all, it's specifically for hard bodies because they're TS. So they're like an enamel, right? Like,
and then you spray on the outside, right?
You spray on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Then and I also use real automotive paint too. So you can go online, enter the codes from any of that's cool too. I like that.
The Grinch.
Yes, sir.
You can go online, enter the code for whatever model year and make of your vehicle, and they'll send you a rattle can with the actual automotive paint in it. So like this one, for example, is Ardennes green metallic, which is the Range Rover color.
Right.
Nice.
That's an actual color you could buy on that Range Rover in that model year. Because I want to, accuracy and get them as close to the real
right.
Right.
So that's what that is.
Man, so you go to that extent to like if you have a car and it's the same car, you want to try to get it the same color paint code as the factory car.
100%. I'll do
Man, that's awesome.
So that's what I do for hard bodies. For Lexan, I use I've got Proline airbrush paint. This isn't it's okay. It's water based, so it doesn't adhere as well to the Lexan bodies as
Mhm.
you would hope. What you have to do is either start with a clear Tamiya PS paint, which is made for polycarbonate or Lexan bodies. So it looks the same as the other rattle cans, but it says PS on the top.
Right.
And those are for Lexan bodies. So these stick to Lexan like nothing else. So what I
Right.
usually do is if I'm doing a really complex pattern like I did with the axial truck, I'll use the airbrush paint first. I'll let that dry overnight, and then I'll back it with a Tamiya color so it actually bonds and sticks.
Right.
Otherwise, this stuff doesn't stick that well,
Okay.
which is unfortunate. Like using an airbrush, like using an airbrush like this, gives you so much more flexibility in terms of what you can do effects-wise. Like you can do shadows, you can do flame patterns, you can, like without masking, right? You can do some pretty unique stuff that you can't do with rattle cans. So that's why I like to use a combination of both.
He's just getting into the airbrushing as well. So so that's great knowledge for him.
It's challenging for sure. Like it's not easy, and I've been practicing with my airbrush, but it's still like I'd much rather just mask it. Like I'll use liquid mask instead of masking tape. Like you can use both, but liquid mask is really great because then you can actually go in with your X-Acto blade or your hobby knife and cut out really complex patterns.
Right. Now, do you do hydro dipping?
No, I don't have the space for hydro dip, but that's another thing entirely. You can do some really cool stuff with that.
Right.
And some really awesome paint or hydro dip.
Someone asked, what do you think about the G-Made GSO2 chassis?
I think I did a review video on that. So it's been a while. There wasn't was it the GSO2? I think it was. Was that the one they called the bomb? You know what? I don't want to say anything because I don't remember if it's the bomb or not. I did a review on the bomb, and that was not a great truck. There were some parts of it that I liked, but the transmission, the way it mounted in the chassis, it was two parts. And under load, or if you like really gassed it with a brushless motor, those two parts would split apart, and you'd actually click the gears. So that was the bomb. I don't know anything about the GSO2, unfortunately. Sorry.
All right, guys. Any more questions from the chat?
He said hydro dipping is a bitch.
Yeah, because if you don't have what the big companies have, and you're doing it with the cans, once you commit, you just have to go. You
gotta go. Yeah. My friend Richard did a good hydro dip on a Range Rover. He just sprayed into a bucket and then yeah.
Right.
I should give that a try. It'd be kind of cool. You could do like a retro style paint job, like an 80s style splash.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
tie-dye truck.
Yeah, exactly.
My brother custom RC paints. He just actually, I think he tried his first hydro dip. And isn't that what he did, Coach?
Yep.
That was awesome. It came out very, very, very nice. Do you use Spectrum receivers or ESCs?
I have a Firma ESC in the drag car. I don't use them very much because they didn't have sensorless, or they only have sensorless right now. I want a censored ESC from them.
Okay.
But I use their radios. I use the DX5C for pretty much everything.
Right. That's a great radio.
Great radio.
Mm-hmm.
Good budget radio. Like for $129, you get a lot of features.
Right.
5 channels, mixing, 4-wheel steering, nice display. I love the scroll wheel. I had the rugged for a little while, but I just couldn't get used to the touch feature.
Oh my God, that's one of the roughest things. I got the rugged, also me and Gap. But his all right, but I can't stand it.
I can get into mine easy.
I can't stand it.
Need to be ready to go.
I told him
That touch wheel.
He got hot dogs for fingers. That's why he can't do
Yeah,
it. He got the hot dog fingers.
yeah. You got the little dog. You got dog toes.
He got Polish sausage fingers. He can't do it with the Polish sausage fingers.
You got them dog toes.
Show the Ripper.
Oh, show the Ripper. Okay. Everyone wants to see the Ripper. All right, so this one's a little bit different. It started out as a Ripper, and it still pretty much looks like a Ripper, as you can see. But I went ahead and swapped it for Capra width Vanquish axles.
Oh yeah, Vanquish is the man.
So it's a wider stance now. These are bigger tires. I did kind of set it up to be sort of a class 3 truck. It's not going to be competitive as class 3 because it's way too heavy and way too top heavy probably. But I wanted to do something a bit different with it. I still have the other axles, and I can always just go back and make it the original rig. But I just wanted to do something a bit different and have a bit of fun with it. So that's what this is.
So bombers, which one you go bombers over bouncers over crawlers or what?
No, crawlers first. Crawlers forever.
All right. But the bouncer are faster, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like I mean, I've got a bomber, which is sort of in that realm. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what them bombers had. It must have been in my head. I was looking at one at Hobby Town, and they I think they said it had a pretty good enough speed on it.
Not the bomber stock. I think is a brushed system.
Mm-hmm.
Take that out. Put it
right.
Put in a home system. That's what I did.
Right.
Then it's a bomber. I've competed in those. The Ultra,
mm-hmm.
Done a few of those.
Right.
For a little while, I was actually sponsored by Ultra, the running shoe company. So.
Oh man. That's cool, bro.
Those are super fun. I love racing. I used to cross country run a lot. So running behind an RC for 5 or 6 kilometers made a lot of sense to me. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir. He said he liked the Wraiths. Okay. Journal, I have Wraith 2.2. Y'all got any more questions out there? Oh, we got y'all know everything y'all want to know now? Good.
It seems like questions slowed down. So.
All right. Well, I hope that I was entertaining, and I hope that I answered all the questions you guys had. I had a blast hanging out with you guys tonight. This has been a lot of fun. So thank you very much.
It was great. It was great, Matt. Thank you.
We appreciate you for jumping on, man. We appreciate you for being prompt and on time, and all the game that you gave us, man. It really helped us out, man. We really appreciate it, brother.
The pleasure's all mine. It goes both ways. So thank you so much for showing me a bit of your end of the hobby too. I'm really keen to get a little more into it. I watch from the sidelines. Now, I think it's time for me to suit up.
Get in there. There we go.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Let's get it.
Tighten up. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you, man. We didn't think this was possible, but it came true, man. Everything is coming true right now. So
man,
we really appreciate you.
That's great. You just keep on keeping on. And
yes, sir.
It's only a matter of time before greatness is achieved, for sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure the audience, I know y'all appreciate this stuff we got going on now. So, yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So what do I do? You want me to leave the studio here? And
we just finna kick the crap for a few minutes and then we go.
All right. Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, man.
Thank you so much, Matt. Yeah, and we're gonna stay in contact, brother.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, guys. Good night.
All right, brother. That was awesome.
Yes, sir. Another great show. Another great show, baby.
We rocked out this time, boy. We rocked out. Y'all didn't know it. That's how we do, baby. Man, that was much appreciated, man. That man was golden.
Yes,
These
sir. That
people
was
got
awesome, man. That was
these
awesome.
people got a heart of gold,
That's
man.
4 in a row, baby. That's 4 bangers in a row. 4 in a
Yeah,
row.
yeah.
Or is that 5 in a row? 4 in a row, 5 in a row.
New brothers to the RC fam for life, man. We appreciate y'all, man. That's a good guy. Yes, he is. Definitely, definitely. And very talented. Yes, yes, he is, Ryan. Appreciate you, man. Hey, thank you everybody that came over from his channel also. We really appreciate it. I seen somebody off top say, man, I sub off the rip soon as he posts something. So man, I appreciate you. And everybody else that came over, man. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video because it was an awesome, awesome live. I mean, he rocked out with us the whole time. We only got what time is it?
Eleven
It's
thirty-five.
yeah, so we got what 26 minutes left and we up off of here, man.
Rather
So
paying you the fool.
what did Rather say? I can't even see it. Bangers, bro. Yeah, sir, bangers, bro.
Man.
Man, big shout out to Josh and Matt, man. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel also, for real. Both of those guys. Hey, thank you, Vega. Thank you, Vega. Crowd and Benny, thank you, man. Earl Mohead Bangers are here every week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Earl. Great chat, guys. Thank you, Sean RC Adventures. Ryan West. Matt's a good guy, very talented. Yes, he is. Noah Myers with the big thumbs up. Thank you, brother. Barbecue Altar was true in the game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We stay true, fam. Team Vega, thanks, Matt. I appreciate you for coming through, bro. Yes, sir. We all do. That was love. General Hobbies, Bill Perry, RC Mass Mouse, my brother, man. Appreciate you always, King. Nah, you good, bro. You already know that. You be all over the place, man. You show love and you always show love here. So, we really appreciate it, bro. Hey, this should be the Gap True True Gap Coach and Mass Master show. We're gonna get you up here, Mass Master. Special guest appearing, Mass Master. Bitcoin got any 1/5 scales? Nah, he got a 1/6 scale crawler, but we're gonna get him a 1/5 scale. Yes, Rock Ledge minutes from Philly. Yes, sir. 10 scale boss. What's up, family? Strip gear. David. What's up, David Dobson? Beast Mode. I see you, family. What's up, Matrix? RC Dane. What's up, fam? The life with UCRC. What's up, fam? Noah Myers. And much more, man. Y'all was in the building tonight. Appreciate y'all. Let me go see what them thumbs looking like. Let me see if y'all showed love. See what them thumbs looking like up there. Boy, if that wasn't a great show. Oh yeah, y'all showed love, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I think everybody that was in the chat hit the thumbs up, man. Besides one hater, y'all know how that go. But appreciate you too. Yeah, you always here, bro. You always here, Noah. Hey,
All right,
man.
Sean.
Yes, sir. True Boys RC. What's up, Dane? Yeah, you already know it. RC fan for life. True fan for life. Brothers for life. Sis, we got my sisters and them in here too. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all women that tune in also. That's a part of this hobby. You walked in the store with a mask on and got kicked out. You ought to know that, boy. You lucky they ain't called the police on you. Boy, you can't do that down here. You go to jail before you get in your car. Hey, Coach, we had a great live, man. Thank you always, bruh. Yeah, I know you can hear me. I don't know if you can, but I think you can. Thank you, bruh. We had a great live. Be the Bailey, what's up, family? Coach, can we see your new boogie? Yeah, tighten up, Coach. Okay, 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 Coach. I'll see you, dog. Yes, sir. That's the one you built from the ground up, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Tighten up, Coach. Yeah, you silly. Hey, we had a good live, bro. We had a good
Yes,
live, big bro.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
That coach
sir.
showing coach showing his old snicker bar fingers.
Uh-huh.
It's old. You want to? This man got food for everybody. Fingers except his own old Carmelo finger ain't gonna have.
Right. Booty scratcher hand
Milky Way finger having ass.
Oh, they call you Mr. Chocolate Drop. Cause you like to dig in your booty.
I appreciate
Man, you went too far with that
appreciate
one,
that,
bro.
bro.
That was disgusting. Bro. That was just disgusting, bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
got your ass. Got your ass. Mr.
Yeah,
Chocolate Drop.
Oh, I look like a little person till I stand up ass.
don't tell Gavin these little
Right.
things don't mess up all my batteries. Take out my batteries. These are my RC car batteries.
Tell him thank you, Earl.
And put the back on
They
it.
on who asked that question? Linden, they on Teesprings. Teesprings. You gotta if you go to my it's in the link in any one of my videos, it's in the link in the description. Thank you, Beetle.
What it do, fams? Hey, bro, I think we got y'all rain, bro. Y'all rain and came your way, but it was pouring down out there, bro.
You said raining?
Getting down with the get down. You said, what about an HDL Kyosho? GT2.
Okay,
Great
Vega.
spec.
Okay, Vega.
What Vega talking about?
He said he halfway to 500.
Shaped
Yes,
like
sir,
a
Vega. Let's get
gelato,
it.
Vic.
Let's get it, Vega. You get there, Vega. Just keep popping out that content, man. You'll get there,
Hey,
bro.
big shout out to Brock Diesel, man. Big
Big
shout
shout
out
out
to
to
Brock
Fall
Diesel.
City.
Fall City.
Shout out to Fall City, baby. Let's get it.
They get it from another
Appreciate
planet.
the stickers, brother. Appreciate the stickers, bro.
Finally got my X Max back running since the Gap Challenge.
Don't
Since
worry
what?
about it. I messed mine up today.
Hey man, listen, I don't know if you got it on your GoPro, but you can see it through the tree when you hit that jump.
You can see what through the tree.
The X Max. That's why you didn't hear Perry say, "Oh my God, that was high."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was recording.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Y'all
Yeah.
was recording it too?
No,
What?
I had finished. I had finished recording because
Mm.
you was
Hey,
on you was
Bob.
on you was on you was on Chicken George time today.
I was on I'm on I'm on Chick-fil-A time every day.
You was on Kuta Kente time today.
I'm on Chick-fil-A time every day.
Ain't true. I figured out that drone, but I figured out how to do that voice that where you can record your voice when you record everything you hear.
The screen record.
Yeah, bro. I figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Figured it out. So my next drone, not the drone video I'm about to post. The next drone video is gonna be epic, bro. It's gonna be ready, bro. It's gonna be ready. It's gonna be ready. I just have to the days that I want to get the good drone footage, I kind of gotta wean myself off from driving. Like a normal neighborhood race, I would bring 4 cars. You know what I'm saying? So now when I do the neighborhood races, when I want to get some drone footage, I'm gonna have to only just bring like 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? So I can race a little bit and be able to get some epic drone footage. I'm gonna hand somebody else off the camera, let them record on their head while I'm getting the drone footage.
Dog, here go right here, bro. This is what happened to me today. This what I get. But you know what? I think really happened.
I mean, it hit the ground so hard. It was like it sounded like somebody's taking a sledgehammer and boom. There you go.
Did it go forward?
Today?
Yeah, I broke the X-Max, bro. That's CoachD right there, boy. CoachD got that lemon line.
I see ya. With the incredible hook on the inside. I see it.
Oh, not this jump, but the next jump, right, bro?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. Let me get it there.
Whichever one it was, we was at the back of the truck and you can see just the image through the trees.
I think it's this one right here, bro.
Because Perry stopped what he was doing and was like, "Oh my, yep."
Backflip, shouty. It's I got another one, bro. I got another one.
When I put the 6S in the crate today, hit the backflip and wasn't even recording.
Dog, I be pissed when I do that, bro. I swear. I hate that, dude. I did that with the drone, bro. I had a whole video. That one. That's the one that broke it. Oh no, I did another jump after that, I think. I did another jump after that one, I think.
You got Doritos?
This one right here.
Broke on it, bro.
The gears broke.
But you ain't see
the mod 1.5?
Yeah, dog. I think because
But that thing hit the ground so hard. I'm telling you, it sounds like somebody hit the floor with a sledgehammer.
Dog. They can't tell because they ain't there, but in person.
And Gap, tell me how I was walking to go flip somebody else's car over and find one of his Kaiju body pins.
I think it's this jump right here that broke it. Hey, you know what happened? I was hitting the gas, dog. Like Gap, remember how you say you gotta let go the gas?
Yeah, you gotta let it coast to the ground.
Yeah, see, I was holding the gas, and I think that's what happened, bro. X-Max is a big old beast, y'all. The pinion actually came off that thing, so it must be the next jump, because the pinion was off when.
Yeah, just go ahead. Thing sound like a chainsaw.
I'm telling you, that thing moving too, bro. I wish I would have had the GPS. Oh, I hit the sign right there.
You did the same thing Ron did, because Ron hit that pole too.
Dog. Hey, y'all gotta wait for the video, dog. I swear, I got some shit on there, boy. We got something on there, bro. I went ham for a few minutes.
That's a Florida sinkhole jump.
I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you. Wait till I put the video together. I hope I didn't. I don't think I messed with the dip though. Unless he talking about himself, broke the chassis flex with on throttle, yeah.
I'm gonna boost it. I'm gonna go back and visit my boy Tom over at New Reds and then I just got word of invite only track in Sanford.
Yeah, I was rough on them damn air smash, bro.
I won't be going back to strictly RC.
No.
And I said it. No.
Oh shit.
Fuck them.
Oh man. That part. I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. That part. We need to build our own racetrack.
Right.
Oh, you talking about the neighborhood race dude track?
Mm-hmm. We talking about your pimp C hat wearing ass to the side wearing ass. You look like an old 60-year-old drunk.
Hey, Earl, man. Hey, you already know, man. No problem, brother. Gotta look out for our folks. Fog City.
Oh, you definitely.
I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta work bright and early. That's why I hope the rain keep on going all night.
What? Hold on. What question did you ask? Life UCRC.
And Coach, you definitely been, bro. You've been doing a lot. You've been doing a lot, man. We appreciate you, bro. For real.
Yeah, I say don't be laughing at them corny jokes he be telling, bro.
Yeah, you look like a 60-year-old drunk man.
All thing he missing right now is that cigarette. That shit.
Right.
But the thing around here, boy, I spend that money. Boy, I need cover in the back of pack of cigarette. I feed that thing for you. Come on, bring it on around here.
The Life UCRC. What question did you ask? Do any of y'all know how to start a hashtag challenge?
No, I don't.
Bro, I ain't see your question neither, bro. Do y'all know how to start a hashtag challenge? That's the question he had.
Here you go.
No, I ain't see. I don't know how to do a hashtag challenge. What's a hashtag challenge?
There you go. Challenge. I don't smoke, so I don't get the munchies.
Hey, Beast Mode, you still got one of them gears? I know you say you sent it back. Do you still have any more big gears, bro? Spurs. Ooh.
Don't use the self right anyway, bro. Don't use the self right. Walk over there and pick it up, bro. Pick it up.
Oh
and flip it
yeah,
over. Self
I
right
can't
don't do
do that.
nothing. I don't even. I've never tried that function ever on my X Max. I got
You
two X Max. Never tried it. I
You
just walk
actually
over
break.
to the car and flip it over.
I can't say I tried it. I tried it last week when we went out to the little bad spot. I tried it, but it didn't. It started to rock and try to get up, but it ain't never make it.
Yeah, I mean, it can be done. It can be done, but it's not good. It's not good for your diffs, man. Don't do that. Just walk over to it and pick it up.
Life UCRC. I don't know. I don't know if that's a challenge, brother. I don't know. I was just being funny.
Nah, it actually do more damage.
I haven't heard of that challenge. I don't know.
I think you hit it just right and scraped it, and then
You got 35 opinion.
He said, how far did you get with the Mavic? True.
I flew it. I got it a little bit today.
Yeah, but I don't even know, man. Mo Baby knowing the miles and stuff, bro.
Today when I looked down and brought it back, it said it was over 1,000 feet.
So what that is? How long is a mile?
Like what's a 2,000? It was a little over 2,000, I think.
Okay, 2,000 is what? I be watching Mo Baby. When he reached about 2,000 something, he'd be at like what, almost 2 miles, right?
He'd be at like 2,300.
Be at almost about 2 miles, right?
Do he go?
5,200 feet is a mile. Okay, 5,200 feet is a mile. Damn.
Do he go that? Do he be going that far?
So he only going about a half a mile, bro.
I guess if that's the number that he be doing it, because he be going right below 2 miles.
Oh, he said thank.
Yeah, he be going right below 2 miles. So
Yeah, we all chilling and equal. Yeah, oh, definitely, bro. We all chilling and equal. You already know that, bro.
Oh, never mind. 1320 is a quarter mile. Never mind.
Yeah, I had them Tostito Katina. Mm-hmm. Mhm. He said, okay, he say a
What
thousand.
what show, Mass Master?
Scale boss say 1,000. Yeah, it could do 3 miles, no. Yeah, 2 miles at least. But I just ain't took it that far because for one, my reception be going to acting up, bruh. Hey, he said I ain't never seen these in my life. They the yellow ones, bruh. They the yellow chips, bruh.
You can go. We got the fish house, which is right here.
They do got the little the RC car racing thing on the computer. That virtual V something, whatever it's called. It ain't really no good, but I mean it's
You said
decent.
look up I racing.
Oh yeah, I think maybe in the country, bruh, it be tripping, bro.
Even on the
Yeah,
beach,
but
like
in the
40
country, bruh, it be tripping, man. I swear. Did I
Yeah, we
tell you?
got it. Yeah, we got that Mass Master.
I don't know if it's because I'm around a whole bunch of woods or something, but my service, like once I get so far, it go to glitching out, bruh. And then go to saying the remote ain't got no reception, so I bring it back. But
I want to say it's called VRC Bitcoin.
I ain't got enough in me, bro, to just keep going. Cause I see sometimes you could keep going. Cause I see Mobay video, right? His service will go out, he's still going, and then it comes back in. So I be scared because we got a whole bunch of power lines everywhere. I don't know if I'm gonna get service again. I ain't with it. And I think you need a real good phone with those things also, man. I don't know if the phone got anything to do with it, but I think it do.
I'm done to it? No, I'm talking about back home. Oh.
Give me a new phone this week.
Oh, okay, yeah, that fried fish. Yeah. Oh, snappers. Snappers. Yeah, something like that.
If y'all ain't never seen it, y'all
Yeah,
sleep.
I turn that thing around out there. Turn that thing right around, bro. I ain't with that. That thing cost too much.
That's the link right there, Bitcoin.
We were looking to get a Waffle House. I was dying here.
Like I say, it's not like it's a good pastime. VRC is.
Are you talking about that RC race thing?
Yeah, VRC.
Did you start playing it?
I played it back when I was racing. Yeah, all it is a
That's the
little
one you hook your controller up to the computer,
yeah,
right?
it's a little adapter piece you got to buy and that plug into your computer, and then you bind your controller to it, and you just select whatever cars you want to race.
Oh, that's tight. What about the one where you got the steering wheel and everything too?
That's what he was talking about, the iRacing,
Okay, yeah,
which is what NASCAR doesn't turn to because they do a series with that now.
yeah. Oh, that's tight. I remember when I was younger, my cousin always had the steering wheel at his house. I used to love
100
going to
feet,
his house to play the game.
100 feet. We was at 250 today. I think I took it up to.
Yeah, 250 we went up high. I done been up to about like three something if I'm not mistaken. I need to do me a screen record next time.
Yeah, that screen record legit. It's legit. I played with it for a second today. Made it try because I couldn't figure out why I did it and it didn't work. What it is though, it comes with the microphone off. So you have to cut the microphone on. You know, most apps when you open the microphone is on and you have to cut it off. But with the screen record thing, you have to cut the mic on.
Right.
And then record everything you saying, you know what I'm saying, right over the top of your video. It's awesome.
Which screen recorder app are you using?
Is
It's
that one
two of them.
Mobay told us, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I use
it's two of them.
AZ2.
One of mine is called Record It, and the other one is called Go Record.
Oh, cause you got iPhone. You got iPhone. That's why.
Yeah, I got garbage camera.
No, you got the good shit. You got the good shit.
Bro,
I
that's
use
garbage.
the AZ2, and when you record and you go to try to upload the video, the quality looks totally different. So that's one thing I don't like about
Oh, that's the one Mobay was talking about, the AZ2 or whatever.
AZ2. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
AZ.
use.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to get, but they don't have that one on iPhone. They give you two similar ones.
Yeah. That's Android. But like I said, bro, like I done did a video. I didn't even edit a video in AZ2,
Look, man.
and they just don't come out the same. I'm gonna ask Mobay if he, because there's one part you can pay for,
Right here.
the pro part, and you can pay for different qualities.
You should be, man. That's no problem.
We got Cold Stone, Daytona, that's about it.
Deontay said he just got the Creighton 4S. He about to put the Mamba X in it and a Castle 2650.
Oh, he finna rock out.
Right.
He finna rock out. Put some Deontay on it.
He finna jump over the trees at the skate park.
Hey, put some of that Deontay in the middle.
Hey, look, before you even jump, you might as well get you some RPM arms, bro. You might as well don't even jump it with those stock arms. You might as well get you some RPM guys before you even jump it.
Hey, that's another thing, bro. They say when you take out the little ball thing, I mean the little white piece inside, that front diff that CBD should not have came out of my Creighton today, bro. Cause I took out that. Matter of fact, I got the hot racing shit in the front now. Unless in back that.
Here go a little quick plug. If y'all want an upgraded rear hub carrier for your Kaijus, if you got them, go to extremrcprecision.com and pre-order yours today.
Yes, sir.
Just get it so y'all can see.
Oh, we got Chick-fil-A.
Go pre-order yours today. For all you Kaiju owners.
My Kaiju is done for, boy. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of parts from Extreme RC Precision.
I guess it'd be like a Chipotle, right? Yeah, same thing.
I was smoking that Doja today when I drove my Y'all want to see some clips, bro? I was cutting up with the Kaiju today, dog.
You want Shawnee? Do you want the Happy Meal?
Yes, sir. Deontay gonna be the first one
Roll up.
to test out those parts, man. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Deontay will be giving us. You gonna give us a video for it, bro? Let me see if I can show y'all what I did today with the Kaiju, dog. I'm talking about I was doing backflips without the body. I had the body strapped on because you know I ain't got no body clips. Kaiju went through some things today, y'all. But I love this car, man. The Kaiju is like, it's one of them cars that you just got to have, man. Swear. And I did another backflip off the door, y'all. With the Kaiju, nobody. Y'all ready? My lady told me not to do it again, but I had to do it. She was in the house this time. Got me messed up. I ain't gonna do it again, Miss True. I hope you watch it too. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna do it again, bro. Backflip off the door. Uh-oh. Yeah. So I don't do it again. Don't do it again. What? Yeah.
All right, Radical, be easy, brother.
All right, Radical. Yeah,
Colorado.
yeah. Tell me not
I
to
just
do it
seen it
again.
break. I seen it break right now.
You did? Oh no, I think it was
What
already
was that,
broke.
Coach?
I think it was already broke.
I could. Oh, that's that. Oh, I know what that is.
What?
That's a low seat.
Huh?
That's a low
Oh,
seat.
Nah, brother.
You show it again. Shogun.
yeah, that's that
Shogun.
Shogun. Let's see the Kaiju.
Shogun
My
what? The Corrales?
Corrales.
No.
what you talking about? Shogun
I
Corrales.
ain't ordered nothing, brother.
And they been stuck in the dirt, y'all. Look how they been stuck in the dirt. This thing dug in the dirt, guys. They dug in the dirt. That's crazy. That's why it broke right there. All the way in the dirt. I love it. Kaiju is one of them trucks, y'all. I'm telling you, man. Get your Kaiju.
What? All right.
What's up, bro?
All right, fellas, man. It's after 12, bro.
You don't tell us what to do at 12 o'clock.
Yes, I'm telling you right now.
Hey, guy. See what? 12 o'clock, guys. Hey, look, though. Let me show you this. Kaiju on deck, bro. What's up, Bubba?
Kaiju.
Kaiju. Oh, I gave a shout out to my boy, cause you know I had to do that Kaiju on here.
You two head boy.
Yeah, you know I had to give my boy a shout
You
out.
two head boy.
Oh, where is that? It's up here somewhere. Oh, it's back here.
I'm gonna do me a double. I'm gonna do me a double next time I get my Kaiju out.
You gonna do a double backflip, bro?
I hope I don't break it, bro.
Let's go. Okay. I think you can pull it off, bro.
Yeah,
I say
I think I can too. If I get enough height, I think I can pull it out. I just don't want to over rotate and break.
all right. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna show y'all when I do it. When I do the video. That's enough. Uh, I haven't drove mine in forever. Miss my yeah, Kaiju is off the chain, bro. I swear. Yeah, I mean it break, but you get it in cheap parts. Cheap parts, but Extreme RC Precision coming out with the good stuff, man. He even got I think Aeons coming out or protectors. All right. All right, guys in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all for coming tonight, man. We had a blessed night, man. Thank y'all. We gonna see
We will be
y'all
rocking out
Tuesday.
Tuesday night, 9 o'clock sharp. Be there or be circle.
We got Innovation RC Tuesday, 9 p.m., man. Make sure y'all stay tuned for all y'all speed run guys. It's coming, baby. We got
Yes,
y'all.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
CoachD, Gapster, out of here, baby.
In a minute, fellas.
Y'all be easy.